Welcome, everybody. Good morning, good noon, good evening. Why do I keep doing this every episode? Hey, it's
Good.
me.
Just good.
It's the Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode 43. It's me.
Honestly, that's correct.
It's me, Alex, and Pink's here.
The usual crew.
And Addie's here.
I'm having technical difficulties.
I'm sorry, did you just say I'm having testicle difficulties?
Technical.
Alright, that came through as very different on my end. But yes, Addie is having technical difficulties, and I am having awakeness difficulties. I literally just woke up. So, hey. We got a decent bit of topics today. Unfortunately for Addie, most of them are comic book related. So, yeah, we'll be having fun with that. We'll start off with one that Addie can join in the talks about. And this is ordinary. We've been very inconsistent regarding whether or not we talk about the Xbox, games with gold, and the PS Plus games.
Right.
I guess we only
Usually,
ever talk about it when it interests us.
right. That's what I was gonna say.
So this is shaping up to be November is shaping up to be the best PS Plus month in a long fucking time, probably since we got Metal Gear Solid 5. Cause we're getting Bulletstorm and Yakuza Kiwami. And that is very big for, well, all three of us. Because I have Yakuza 0, but I have not picked up Kiwami yet, so I'll be getting that. And now you two will play through Kiwami, so I get to hear you guys talk about how fucking weird Yakuza is.
Right.
Yeah, the thing is, I posted this topic, and the thing is, back when I posted the topic, it wasn't what's what I'm looking for. But it wasn't for sure. It was just a rumor, but then it got posted on the freaking PlayStation website, so you know.
Alright, well, I guess they're a little too excited to show off their best month yet.
Yeah, they
They
posted
blew
it.
they blew their load too early.
Yeah, they posted it last Thursday.
They swear it never
according to
happens to
Discord.
them.
They posted it last Thursday according to Discord. I actually have the freaking link open still. If you wouldn't have believed me,
Yeah.
but then it got confirmed. So
No, I believe you. I've heard it from multiple sources. So, yeah, and of course Bulletstorm's there, and I've never played through Bulletstorm, but my understanding is it's supposed to be a fairly fun game.
yeah, and it's full clip. It's the full clip edition, so you also get Duke Nukem.
Right, you can play through as Duke Nukem. Do you lose the ability to do all that telekinesis shit? Probably not. But I would be in. I am really interested to see Bulletstorm, if it at least just for an experiment. So yeah, that's a pretty fucking good lineup. Next one down on the topic list is another video game one. This is also kind of a short one. So they've revealed what is probably the last character reveal for Soul Calibur 6, do you think?
I'll have to double check the roster, but I would assume so at this juncture.
Yeah, because this seems like a character you'd not reveal until the very end. They're bringing back fucking Inferno from Soul Calibur 2, the most unexpected of characters to bring back.
Yeah.
I mean,
You might have thought they'd maybe make their own kind of Inferno type boss for a new game, but no, they actually just brought one of the old ones back.
I'm glad to see more Soul Calibur 2 come back, but at the same time, if there's anyone off the Soul Calibur roster that would be more likely to go, it'd be Inferno.
Right?
Then there's also the part where I don't think the Inferno's DLC. So Tira's DLC, but Inferno's not.
Inferno can't be DLC. Inferno's going to launch with the game, and guess what? Inferno is not playable online. You can only play him offline.
Ah.
Because apparently they made him broken powerful.
I believe it. They should make their own offline mode for that, though. Just everybody plays as Inferno.
Yeah.
With PlayStation Game Share, we will be able to play Inferno.
Oh man.
Especially if freaking Namco follows suit after bloody NetherRealm. and just region locks shit.
I think NetherRealm's like one of the only developers in the modern day that still region locks, and I have no idea why.
You cut out for me, but then that might just be my PC freaking
I heard him fine,
existing
so it
at this
was
point.
Yeah, I think,
probably your PC.
yeah. I just kind of said some generic shit, you know. But Inferno here, I should note, didn't Inferno in the old games have a randomized weapon selection where he picks someone's moveset at complete random?
Yeah, he
I
did.
believe that was the case.
Yeah, now he just uses Nightmare's moveset, but stronger.
Right.
With a shit ton longer combos and air combos. Which is probably why he's not going to be available online, because he can just combo you into the sky.
Right. He's just a Dragon Ball Z character right now.
Yeah. My memory of Inferno and Soul Calibur 2 isn't perfect, because I normally didn't I just tried to spam my way through the boss fight with him, because I hated it as a kid. But wasn't he just fire, and that's it?
He was fire and like a bit of skeleton on top of that. I think the new Inferno design is a bit different though, because I know I was looking at his face and it didn't look the same to me. But my memory is also not perfect.
I mean, I think they're trying to invoke a little bit of Night Terror from Soul Calibur 3 here. Because isn't Inferno supposed to be the spirit of Soul Edge?
Yeah.
Right, the opposite of Elysium from 5, who they hopefully will not bringing back. But yeah, Soul Calibur 6 still looks like it's going in a good direction. I'm still not going to be able to get it because there's just too much shit coming out.
Yep.
So the next topic down the list is Venom. The Venom movie that we've all been predicting is probably going to be bad. Yeah, well, firstly, the reviews are out and they're generally shaky. Mediocre to bad, you know.
Yep.
But before the
About what we were expecting.
Yeah, but before the reviews started coming out, Tom Hardy went on fucking interviews where he said they cut his favorite 40 minutes of the film out. Which, I generally say it's a bad sign when the star starts hacking on the movie before it comes out.
Yeah, probably.
At the same time, what I've heard, and I feel like these might just be rumors, but what I've heard about the 40 minutes of scenes that filming they cut out is that 40 minutes of filming should have been cut out.
Yeah.
Because from what I hear, like, the Venom movie apparently has a big issue with Tom Hardy basically doing his best Jim Carrey in Liar Liar impression throughout most of the movie. And supposedly the 40 minutes they cut out is just batshit insanity like that.
Ha.
Supposedly, like, it's him harassing somebody at a restaurant to give him their jelly beans or something. And I don't know.
Now I can sympathize with Hardy here. I'd want to watch that.
And then he dives into a lobster tank and just sits in it. And then he eats one of the lobsters alive.
Yeah. Sounds pretty crazy to me.
So we lost a Jim Carrey breakdown, basically. We lost a Nicolas Cage meets Jim Carrey breakdown, excuse me.
Right.
But I mean, the main thing I hear about this movie is it feels like a movie that's 10 years too late. It feels like a Fox era superhero movie, and based off everything we've seen, that seems accurate.
Yeah.
And it's probably got that usual superhero. Any superhero movie that doesn't get made by Marvel nowadays usually has that out of place comedy sense where they don't know where to put it. So I imagine that's there too.
Probably. But everyone else is trying to emulate that, so it can be assumed as such.
I mean, from the trailers alone, we saw that stupid turd in the wind speech, which that alone convinced me I am not going to the theater to watch this movie. Fuck that. So, God, hopefully this means the Sony Cinematic Universe dies dead in its tracks, but who knows? People might actually buy this movie.
Yeah. And then we'll get our Jared Leto Morbius film that we're all so pumped for.
Oh man, you know what we're more pumped for than Morbius? Fucking Jackpot. Talk about
Jackpot.
your big names. Oh, what an iconic Spider-Man character, Jackpot. Addy fucking died from Jackpot being mentioned. Folks, I think this may be the first ever Alex and Pink podcast.
Yeah. What a change.
Yeah. Whatever will we do without Addy's stupid jokes?
We just gotta cancel the podcast now. It's over. We had a good run, but it's gone.
Alright, see you folks. So,
And I legitimately forgot we even talked about Jackpot that one time.
dude,
That's how memorable of a character that is.
I would not have brought her up if I hadn't been reminded of her 2 days ago. Seeing somebody else talk about the Sony Cinematic Universe. Oh, excuse me, they want us to talk about it as the Marvel Extended Universe of comic book characters. That, or something
Right?
like that, isn't it?
Something like that.
Well, Addy's still online, so I think he's just going to be blinking in and out of the podcast.
Yeah, until his computer shapes up.
Yeah. Oh, hey, so Jake Gyllenhaal is Mysterio. How do you feel about Jake Gyllenhaal, Pink?
What about Jake Gyllenhaal?
So you remember it was supposedly kind of just leaked a while ago that Jake Gyllenhaal was going to be playing Mysterio in Spider-Man Far From Home?
Yeah.
Well, you see that picture I brought up? It's one of the first pictures of Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, and it's a leak. It's where they were filming like in the streets of Italy, and just some dude fucking poked his phone out the window and recorded it.
Okay. See, I saw the picture when you posted it, but I didn't know what it was, and there was no real descripting factors in the text for the link. I was like, I guess he'll have to explain that to me because I don't understand it. So, that's Mysterio.
I'm assuming that's like either they're going to CG the fishbowl head in, or either that's the big finale of the movie where Spider-Man smashed the fishbowl head, so Mysterio's head is exposed.
Right.
Because from what people were describing, it was very much they were filming the big finale, because there was like wreckage everywhere, and Spider-Man and Mysterio were kind of having a standoff in the streets where they were yelling at each other. That sounds like a final fight to me.
Yeah, probably. Get the big scenes done first, so they can fill out everything else with no real issues, I suppose.
I need to go grab a picture real quick. So, Addy, have you ever watched a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal in it?
I don't think I did. By the way, I figured out what the problem was.
What did you do, Addy?
I uninstalled Microsoft Security Essentials. I'll go back to freaking Avast. Because at least that let me run my PC.
Okay. Well, it's a relief to have you back.
Well, hey, I can actually hear things now. What did you know? Bloody hell.
Just spectacular.
In it.
Yeah.
Keep talking. I can't find the picture yet.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. I'm trying to recall if I've seen anything with Jake Gyllenhaal, because I know I have. I just don't recall any movie titles or any substantial roles I've seen him in.
Do you want me to look it up on IMDb now that I can actually run things?
If you want,
Sure.
probably do the same. I'll just do a quick Google search and it'll probably pull up the most relevant results. Jake Gyllenhaal. Do.
Holy shit, Chrome actually came up. Technically. The window exists now. It didn't take 5 minutes for the blank window to come up.
Ha. All right. So he's been in a lot of movies that I've heard of but have never actually watched.
Don't you love when you have to look for a picture and you're entering the most weird fucking search terms possible? It's the
Oh,
only
this
way.
guy looks this guy looks vaguely familiar.
Which guy?
Jake
Gyllenhaal?
Gyllenhaal.
Ah. Oh wait, I remember I saw him in Prince of Persia. Remember that movie?
Oh yeah, that's where he's familiar from.
Oh god, I'm going to be searching for this for the next fucking hour. So yeah, Jake, what do you got? You guys only know Jake Gyllenhaal from Prince of Persia?
Apparently so, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Because he was in, let's see, Donnie Darko. What else was it? He was in a movie a year or so ago. The movie where I'm completely spacing on what the movie was even about. I can remember it being a movie that's about him trying to find like his daughter or trying to find somebody else's daughter that suddenly, disappeared or got kidnapped or what have you.
Hmm.
The I forget who the co-star was, and that was very important to understanding what the movie was. Ah, fuck it, whatever. So, from what little knowledge you have of Jake Gyllenhaal, how do you feel about him playing? Oh, he was in Nightcrawler.
Right.
The movie about the fucked up journalist that intentionally causes crimes so he can report on them. All right, so what do you guys feel about him as Mysterio? Do you feel anything about the character of Mysterio at all?
Mysterio is one of my favorites, despite him being relatively minor in all regards. I think he makes a perfect Spider-Man villain for the films because the man was a what's it called? Special effects director or something like that.
Yeah.
Magician.
Basically, a cinematic magician.
But yeah, I like Mysterio as well. I actually think that aside from the symbiotes, he's my only other liked like Spider-Man villain.
Oh, okay. I was not expecting this amount of popularity for for Mysterio.
Yeah, it's a dude with a fishbowl on his head. How can you not like it?
I suppose
Yeah.
you're right. How could I have not considered this?
It's Rey Mysterio with a fishbowl on his head in a mech suit.
All right, how you guys feel about the timeline where Mysterio kills all the X-Men?
Not as fondly, because I just wasn't very fond of Old Man Logan.
Did that happen?
Yeah.
In the Old Man Logan timeline, Mysterio kills all the X-Men by making Wolverine think they are supervillains.
Right. So, really, it's Wolverine who killed everyone, and Mysterio was his accomplice.
Ah.
Alright, I finally found the picture I was looking for, so let me throw down a timestamp.
Well, let me scroll down so I can actually see it.
This is what Addy was in, the position Addy was in just a second ago.
It's accurate.
I think we've all been there.
Yeah. It's like I almost always have problems with Discord when we do these. Not immediately, but the longer we go on, the more Discord just screws with me.
Ah,
Eh.
Addy left again. Addy has left the game. Help.
Right. So, I have no idea what to do with my PC now to actually make it freaking work. But the fact that my bloody 15-year-old laptop loads Discord faster than it is a problem.
Yeah, sounds like. Another thing that. Oh, wait. Firstly, I gotta ask, how would you guys feel if it turns out that he doesn't have the fishbowl head?
I'd be pretty disappointed.
It's a vital aspect to Mysterio.
Yeah.
But the other thing, there was a picture that was also dropped of Spider-Man's suit, and it's recently disappeared, so I can't show you guys it. But I got to see a look at it. And a lot of people were saying it looks really similar to the Spider-Man Noir suit. I didn't really see it, but it was very definitely a much darker suit that looked a lot more like covert. And I don't know if you guys want to go ahead and talk about that for a little bit while I go blow my nose real quick.
Oh, we can certainly try. I don't know if Addy knows which suit that is. Did you play Shattered Dimensions?
I did.
So yeah, you know what that suit is.
Which suit? Because
Noir.
suit? Because it Noir. Yeah. I like that suit.
Yeah, it's a very fun design. I don't know why they would use it for the MCU's Spider-Man. It's like it. First of all, that's an alternate timeline. Secondly, it's just a odd design for a mainstream Spider-Man.
I guess so. Though it would be fun if they adapted the Shattered Dimensions storyline into a movie, I think.
I feel like they're kind of doing that with that animated one that Sony's putting out like this year or something. It's either this December or next December. I don't recall.
I swear, all through this one podcast, I will be just freaking yelling at my PC. Every second sentence, it got sound in the middle.
Fuck!
That figures.
So hey, Spider-Man Noir is Spider-Man with a gun. Because fuck it, just whatever. We're all Punisher now. Punisher has become everyone. The thing is, didn't Punisher Noir actually have a really sick design?
Yeah.
Where he had the ski mask, which is weird because, like, modern Punisher, one of the only superheroes who doesn't wear a mask, who usually doesn't have a costume, put him in Noir, where they were trying to make it a lot more tame and, I don't know. I don't want to say realistic because it's still Noir. But suddenly he gets a mask now.
Yeah. Funny how that works out.
Though, did Punisher Noir not lose his family?
I don't recall.
Because it would make sense for him to wear the mask in Noir if Noir Punisher never lost his family, so he still needs to keep his identity secret.
Right.
Whereas the mainline Punisher is just like, fuck it. If you come for me in my off time, I'm glad. I'll kill you then, too.
Exactly.
Come after me while I'm eating my breakfast, and I'll just jab a fork in your carotid artery.
Make things easier for me.
I got a real convenient process I go about this. I piss them off, and then they just come to me. I don't know what the fuck Spider-Man and Batman are doing, just going out and hunting them. They're fucking idiots. I just sit here in the center of a minefield, sipping a beer and holding a shotgun. I don't know. So, hey, there's a Harry Potter game accidentally got leaked. Hadn't even been announced, and footage of it leaked, because I guess I don't know, were they saving it for like an upcoming convention? What upcoming conventions are there? Haven't we already passed E3 and PAX?
Is there a PotterCon?
I would not be shocked if there is. Especially considering that thanks to Mystical Beasts, the franchise is still in full swing somehow.
Right.
Boy, that film franchise has lived a long and consistent time.
It is not going to die.
Well, eventually J.K. Rowling's got to pass, right?
Does she have anyone to pass it on to?
Oh, I'm sure her kids will take over. They probably won't do a great job like Tolkien's.
Yeah. Either way, the estate will continue to put out Harry Potter related stuff because will keep making money.
England doesn't get to make fun of us for having film franchises. The guys who created Bond and Potter do not get to make fun of us for having Marvel movies.
Right.
Jesus Christ. Bond's been around for like, if you count the books, Bond's been around for like 60 or 70 years.
Crazy.
But anyways, I don't know if you guys got to see the actual gameplay clip. It actually looks really fucking good. Like, I haven't watched any of the Harry Potter movies in... When did Deathly Hallows Part 2 come out?
I want to say it was maybe late 2009 when that series ended, but I could be wrong.
I almost feel like it was like early 2010s. I can look it up. But, yeah, it's been a long time since I've watched a Harry Potter movie.
I've never seen a Harry Potter movie.
Addy is going crazy in the chat right now. He's just fucking losing it. Alright, give me a moment to look up when Deathly Hallows Part 2 came out, because that is I watched it shortly after it came out, and that was the last time I watched a Harry Potter's movie. And I have a strong feeling... Alright, July 15th, 2011.
Oh, wow. That was a lot later than I was expecting.
Yeah, 7 years ago. But yeah, that's one of those franchises that I need to go back and catch back up on. Because I do remember enjoying my time with them. I definitely remember that. And Addy is just... I can feel Addy in Hungary just lighting his computer on fire. Pulling out a gun he got from the Russian mob and just shooting at the computer. So...
You gotta scare it back to life.
Yeah. But the Harry Potter game, like, looks surprisingly graphically beautiful for a, I don't know, I was about to say for a product tie-in, but at the same time, tie-in video games aren't really bad anymore.
Yeah. And it can't really tie into it now because that Harry Potter series is, for the most part, over. So this is more like just an extension of it.
Well, they can still tie into Fantastic Beasts a little bit.
Suppose that's true.
Have Wizard Hitler show up.
Isn't Fantastic Beasts like a prequel, though?
Yes, it is a prequel series. From when Dumbledore was a young man and busy fucking Wizard Hitler. Oh yeah, I guess it would be weird for you going into Harry Potter, because now, like, it must be weird for people altogether starting Harry Potter nowadays, because now that everybody knows Dumbledore is gay, it's probably different from the revelation of, after the film series had ended, J.K. Rowling coming out and saying Dumbledore was gay.
Ha.
Because there is no indication of that, like, at all in the movies. Other than maybe, like, a little small line of him saying he liked a guy, and he never really says whether it was romantic or not. Hey, Addy, you came back to gay Dumbledore.
I still can't hear shit because I'm from bloody Wi-Fi and my 15-year-old laptop. So if I sound like shit or can't freaking respond, that's why. My PC decided that it needed an emergency shutdown, and did just that.
Okay.
I believe it.
Well, fuck.
While we speak, I'm also gonna try to freaking just jam the bloody broken internet cable that I have into the laptop so it will recognize that I have cable internet as well.
Well, it sounds like I'm taking over uploading for a little bit. So the Harry Potter topic clearly led to Addy's computer dying, so let's move on because it's cursed.
Right.
It's a cursed topic.
Magic.
Here for Harry Potter.
Now we move on to an even more cursed topic, a Harley Quinn cartoon.
Oh, lordy.
Oh my god.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't like her freaking voice actress. I'm gonna get my shit out of the way in case everything just falls apart.
Yes, I also am not like... to put it in perspective, it's the chick from Big Bang Theory. The fucking love interest that the nerds always like, I like you, you're blonde, but I'm also a nerd, so I'm a loser, so blah, and, you know. Big Bang Theory. You know.
This show I don't watch, so...
I have watched too many episodes.
Yeah, while we do the podcast, I guess I'm gonna be trying to do a live hotfix of my PC so it will actually work.
We're gonna hear, like, sounds of machine tools over there. We're gonna hear a buzzsaw, a fucking blowtorch over there.
Yeah.
We're gonna hear
Start drilling something and we won't understand why.
You're just gonna hear freaking Russian speaking as Ivan comes comes in, or Ivan comes in and fixes it for me.
And Ivan's gonna be like, "You still owe us, Atty. The debt must be paid." Alright, so hey, Kaylee Cuoco is Harley Quinn. The most accurate description of Kaylee Cuoco as Harley Quinn. Better than I expected, worse than I'd hoped.
I just watched the trailer before we started it. I don't recall what her voice sounded like, if it was accurate or not, and I think that says more than I can say about it.
Yeah. My main takeaway here is they're bringing back Diedrich Bader as Batman. Did you catch
I
that?
marked out for that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they bring back what's his face for Aquaman.
Oh my god, John DiMaggio Aquaman was fucking the greatest. That was the best. Oh, what was it he said he always said? His goofy Excelsior equivalent.
Outrageous.
Outrageous! That's pretty close to the best Aquaman. Like, I mean, Phil Lamar does a good serious Aquaman for the Injustice games, but if you want goofy Aquaman, you gotta go John DiMaggio.
Yep.
And it's another thing. It's
maybe my PC. Go ahead.
I just hear Addy muttering in the background. He has to perform the sacrifice to revive the computer. Muttering to his Dark Lord. But I feel like that's going to bring people closer to taking Aquaman serious, is at least just making him hilarious.
Right.
Because what they're trying with making Aquaman badass in the movies isn't really working. They're just kind of making him a punk ass.
Now they're trying to turn him into Thor.
Oh, yeah. They were trying to turn him into Thor from the beginning.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Handsome guy with nice long hair and a fantastic beard.
Egotistical.
It'll make sense now.
Magical from another place.
Right?
Has issues with his brother.
BRB.
Has issues with his parents. Addie's dead again. Oh, God. I like this Harley Quinn series. We immediately stopped talking about it so we could talk about Batman the Brave and the Bold instead. A much better cartoon.
Right. The main takeaway, I suppose, for Harley Quinn, outside of the voice not being a good voice, is that it just doesn't look good.
They're breaking the
little
fourth wall.
intro trailer is just a bunch of fourth wall breaks, which aren't funny.
What?
Yeah.
And there's no other content held within. There's a reason we brushed it off so quickly. There's nothing there to discuss.
If they wanted a fourth wall breaking DC series, they should have gone with Ambush Bug. And with Ambush Bug,
Harley
you could
Quinn
have the...
is the bigger sell here, though.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Harley.
I guess Harley's the bigger sell, and they want Ivy to be there as the straight woman. Well, I say
Not
straight...
quite straight, but...
Yeah. Comedically straight. Sexually, very much not. I don't know, I think it more... God forbid I ever suggest that they fucked up by not including Superman, but I feel like they could have more fun with having Ambush Bug just fucking torture Superman by being a pain in the ass. Which might be what they're going for with Harley and Batman here, by all means. But why fourth wall breaks for Harley, a character that has never been known for them?
Because they don't know how to write comedy.
I mean, the fucking arbitrary sidestab at the Deadpool cartoon under Donald Glover that never got going because Donald Glover didn't want to work with Marvel was just like, you fucking... Why? This doesn't relate outside of being a superhero cartoon series that will have fourth wall breaks.
Right.
And I mean, it felt like it was a bad idea because it's taking a stab at Donald Glover, who is very much popular nowadays, and especially with the kind of audience you're trying to reach. Teenagers and young adults who fucking love Donald Glover.
Yep.
DC so much, like, whoever is in charge of the entertainment division of DC just so much does not know their audience.
Yeah, it's a mess.
I'm reminded that the movie guy behind Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman, the guy in charge of the production of those, got moved to the fucking TV division.
Oh, lordy, that explains so much.
Remember I brought it up when Titans was coming out, and it's like, oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What else are they gonna have besides Titans and the Harley Quinn animated? Oh, third season of Young Justice. They're gonna put that on the streaming service, aren't they?
Right.
That alone's probably gonna sell a lot of people. Young Justice fans are rabid.
Yes, they are. But I quite enjoyed Young Justice as well until maybe the second season.
Oh wow, that's the opposite of most of what I hear.
Ha.
Most of what I hear says the first season's the weakest. I guess a lot of people probably don't like Dick Grayson as Robin though. They like him better as Nightwing.
Yeah.
And Tim Drake fits Robin better, I think.
Yeah, I will always, forever and always, hate DC for continuously holding Grayson back in Gotham. Because to me, once he became Nightwing and kind of broke off, he should have stayed broken off. But, comics always have to stay as they were. So Dick Grayson always has to go back to Gotham and teaming with Batman. And I'm just not a fan of that.
They do the weirdest shit with Dick when they're trying to make him separate. Remember when he was a secret agent?
Yeah.
God.
Remember how well that went?
Yeah. I tried to read like the first 6 issues of Rebirth when they finally brought him back to being Nightwing, and he was still dealing with the fucking secret agent stuff, and I was like, I don't want to read this. They introduced some fanfic Mary Sue character named Raptor, who was just a pain in the ass because he was too perfect and beating Nightwing at every possible juncture. And then he'd teach Nightwing something, and they'd say, oh, well, Nightwing and Raptor are such good friends now. And it's like, but he just beat his ass. And the only reason that they are good friends is because you say they're good friends. I hate crappy writing. Mostly,
Yeah.
Rebirth has mostly been free of it, but I haven't read Rebirth in about a year. So, Addie's dead again.
Eddie's just continuously dying.
Addie has to keep leaving the call because he's fighting off the Russian mob's fucking repo men. So, hey, you fucking love Chris Evans as Captain America.
Right.
I think we all do. And it looks like it will be no more.
Allegedly,
because he's saying he is wrapped filming on Avengers 4, and he's making it very much sound like he's retiring from the role. Which, I mean, everybody is going into Avengers 4 expecting Cap to die, though.
Right. We were expecting him to die last movie ago.
Yeah, and then they just were like, you know what? Everyone else. Except for the raccoon. He gets to stay.
Yeah.
Because seeing a raccoon die on screen would just be too sad.
No kidding. But yeah, I'm looking at this tweet and I'm convinced it's a work because, one, Chris Evans tweeted it, knowing full well the spoiler code of the MCU. And
right, but Mark Ruffalo and Tom Spider-Man have shit all over the spoiler code a couple times now.
Yeah, that's become a running gag with Tom Holland. And what did Ruffalo do?
He accidentally spoiled that half of everyone dies in the Infinity War.
It
was an interview with him and Don Cheadle, and the interviewer asked, does anything big happen in Infinity War? And Mark Ruffalo says, oh yeah, half of everyone, I mean everyone dies. And then Don Cheadle smacks him on the arm and says, dude!
Funny. But until I actually see the movie, I remain convinced that this is a work. I don't, it's not phrased in a way that concretely tells me that, yes, Chris Evans is done as Captain America. He says he's been playing the role over the last 8 years, but he didn't say that he was done playing the role at any point within there. So I'm in denial of this tweet, even though it's entirely possible that Captain America will be no more post Infinity War Part 2.
For my part,
but until that happens, I think this is just a funny tweet that he put out.
I think there is a chance for that. But at the same time, Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. have both been heavily implying, like, I am so ready to be done with this shit.
Right.
And Chris Evans has painted himself so far as a fairly artsy actor. I think he's ready to stop doing blockbusters and go back to doing like small art house flicks.
Yeah,
Or
anything is possible.
just anything that he thinks is fun. Whereas, this very much seems like a job.
Right.
Right, sorry to butt in, but why the hell did my Windows 7 PC just tell me that it will install updates to my Windows 7 operating system?
Windows 7?
Yeah.
I do not know. I have no explanation for you, sir.
Actually, scratch that, it's already downloading them.
Oh,
It's
great.
1% down. That might be what's killing my PC then.
Yeah, that's Windows for you.
Yep. Hey, you're getting a sneak preview of Windows 10, Addy.
Oh, I already played. Yeah, I already played Windows 10.
Oh, yeah.
I
Wasn't
returned
it as
it.
good as the last installment?
I will say Windows 10 is way better than Windows 8.
I mean, Windows 8 definitely. Windows 7 probably not. Mainly because most of the freaking softwares that I used don't actually support Windows 10.
For me, Windows 10 is like nearly identical to Windows 7. Except, like you said, a lot of the older shit doesn't work anymore, which is a pain in the ass on Steam because they sell a lot of fucking old games.
Yeah.
I don't know how Doom works better on Windows 10 than it did on Windows 7, though. That makes no sense. That shit's fucking ancient. That game is 25 years old.
That's older than all of us.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell my dad about that, and my dad will be like, fucking whoa.
I guess I'm just gonna have to freaking redo the whole PC. Because I haven't actually refreshed the OS since the past like 5 years, so that might be why it's dying as well.
Alright, Addy, you have fun going back to fighting the Russian mob.
Just a couple of freaking bottles of vodka should do it.
Just throw them.
Yeah, set them on fire.
The Russian way. Alright. So, the last topic, this is going to be a short podcast. On account of Addy busy multitasking, repairing a computer, and sacrificing a virgin sheep, and fighting the Russian mob at the same time. He's like doing this, like, I don't know, I'm imagining either like The Matrix or John Wick here.
Why not both?
Yeah, both. John Wick in bullet time. He's killing everybody in under a second. So, hey, Aquaman. They released a extended trailer, a 5-minute trailer, and the only not a whole lot new information revealed from the previous trailers, other than one particular chase scene that goes on for way too fucking long.
Yeah, this trailer looks awfully dry for an Aquaman movie.
This is what I'm taking as confirmation of we are not going to get any Aquaman in our... We're not going to get any Aqua in our Aquaman.
No, that's where when the freaking DC acquires and starts a new movie series of H2O, one drop is enough. Good.
Cricket noises.
Did you guys have the H2O, one drop is enough?
I think that did come stateside, but I didn't watch it. Was it the movie about the mermaids?
It was the series about the mermaids. There's like 15 seasons, and I watched a lot of it because my sister loved it, and I couldn't watch anything else because, yeah, sisters.
I think
I
I saw.
legit have no idea what that is.
I think I saw
So-
like an episode of it on Nickelodeon in passing.
For us, it was on Disney, I think.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
Wasn't the show
But-
Australian or something?
I don't know, but basically, Pink, here's the premise. So there are these 3 teenage girls, or after a while, just their moms, or like their sisters, or something like that. It's complicated and weird and stupid. Basically, there's these three teenage girls who go swimming into the ocean. They find like this cave, this sacred cave or whatever. And if you swim in the cave at full moon, you turn into a mermaid. So then they have to go through hijinks, living like a normal person on land, and they actually have like legs when they're on land. But if one drop of water touches them, then they turn into a mermaid.
They can make a TV.
That makes things complicated.
They can make a TV show out of anything. Well, there is nothing interesting about that. I don't. Whatever.
Yeah, imagine sitting through just episodes upon episodes of it because it was freaking popular. And my sister forced me to watch it, basically.
Oh, I had to sit through plenty of TV shows for my sister, so I get what you're saying.
Yeah, we all know the feeling.
I don't know how many Disney and Nickelodeon sitcoms. Oh, God.
Still of them were Jonas.
Nah.
Hopefully.
Aren't like, isn't like one of those guys a drug addict now or something?
Probably.
And one's got
Probably all of them.
And one's like made a career out of having diabetes. Or excuse me, diabetes.
Wilford Brimley Jonas.
What happened to Wilford Brimley?
Diabetes.
I guess
probably.
I guess the diabetes got to him. Hey, Aquaman. Remember when we were talking about that?
Oh yeah.
Aquaman, one drop is enough.
Aquaman, one drop is... God damn it. Hey. So, yeah, it looks like they're going for Thor. Look, hey, he's got an evil brother. And he's got to stop his evil brother for the destiny. Yeah.
Right.
And just like Thor, he's going to spend most of the movie not being Thor. He's going to spend most of the movie not being Aquaman. He's going to spend it being a fucking lame asshole on land.
I would lover. It would be funny if by the second Aquaman movie, Aquaman turns into Thor.
He might. I think the Trident gives him electricity powers now, so he's not far off.
Yep. Also, the fact they went with two villains, I feel like isn't going to work well. Because they're going to go with Orm, but it looks like they're not going to give what if they just don't give Black Manta any personality whatsoever?
They're hoping to go the Boba Fett route with him.
I know they are, but fuck that. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Black Manta is a major enough Aquaman movie that he should get a movie where he's the main villain. He should not be the side villain to Orm, you know?
I feel the same way.
Black Manta will get his own communist freedom fighter movie like Joker.
Addy, here's the thing. That would actually be more logical than Joker. Because at one point in the 70s, Black Manta's motivation was that he wanted to take over Atlantis so it could be a location for African Americans to live free from white restriction or whatever that... What am I looking for? Oh, whatever. This isn't a politics podcast. I'm just saying that was a storyline that existed, and it did, of course, turn out that Black Manta is just a sociopath who was manipulating the African American rights movement for his own purposes. But that was very much a thing at one point, whereas Joker, it just completely came out of fucking left field. But, yeah, the only issue with setting up Orm a movie and Black Manta a movie would be that they'd have to make it a trilogy. And does Aquaman have a third notable villain?
No.
He has the trench monsters, but I have a feeling they should just be shoved in as the minions of Orm.
Yeah.
Well,
he can fight Cthulhu in the third.
Yeah.
I was going to say they can just bring in Cthulhu for the third.
Yeah, fuck it, why not? Except in some continuities, Cthulhu just listens to Aquaman and actually does what he says, in which case...
Right.
That'd be a 5-minute movie. Hey, Aquaman, Cthulhu's causing some problems down at the Great Barrier Reef. And Aquaman just puts his fingers to his temple. He's like, solved it. Done.
Aquaman just sends the picture I posted in the Discord to Cthulhu.
Stop.
Now you need to put a timestamp up so you can put it into the video.
Right, there you go. Whatever. So, yeah, also, sense of humor, not great. Looks like they're just kind of ambiguously going for crude humor on Aquaman's part because they're sticking with the idea that Aquaman's kind of a brute. And I feel like that's not going to work because Aquaman should be royalty, but I guess at this point DC just goes and does whatever the fuck they feel like, regardless of the comics.
Yep.
Like, I mean, them getting bearded, long-haired Aquaman, I thought for sure they'd be trying to go at least for, like, the 90s Aquaman feel. They aren't even going for that. They're just fucking doing whatever the fuck they feel like.
This is probably one of those cases where they had a plan going in, but with the backlash that not Man of Steel, well, that too, but Batman vs. Superman got, when they had to start backpedaling and figure out how to not suck as much as they did. It's like, all plans for Aquaman probably got flushed down the toilet and regurgitated in something entirely new.
I think, though, even with the original plan, though, it wouldn't have been accurate to the comics still, because it'd be taking some... It'd more than likely be like with Batman vs. Superman, where it was fucking, I don't know, Christopher Nolan or Zack Snyder's interpretation of Aquaman rather than the actual Aquaman, you know?
Yeah, I was about to stop you right there, because they already were not comic accurate, so why would Aquaman have been?
Yeah. I mean, in a few cases it makes sense. Like, Shazam is like a character with almost no legacy or personality in the comics anymore, because he was popular during the 40s. Since then, no one's given a fuck. So Shazam, right. You can pretty much do whatever the hell you feel like, because no one's really done anything with him in the last 70 years. Or 60, whatever. Math. But Aquaman is a character that has some legacy. It's not a respected legacy in the modern pop culture. It's never been a respected legacy in pop culture. He is still haunted by super friends. But I think that if you want to make it where he's respected in the main pop culture, you have to include that interpretation in the comics. Because right now, just going so far hard on the he's hardcore, he's a dude bro, he says we should piss on the puzzle to solve it, then it's like you're just making him into a different kind of joke.
Right.
I will say one nice takeaway, though. Thank God they're bringing back the classic comic suit. I bet he'll only have it for 5 minutes because they'll want to go back to the hardcore chest, the edgelord chest straps.
Yeah.
At least partially to show off Jason Momoa's abs.
And you can't blame them for that.
But, man, if only they could stick with the actual comic book outfits.
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
Because it actually really looks friggin' badass.
It does look really good. And that's one of the few good things about their portrayal of Batman in this series, is that Batman generally had fairly accurate comic book suits. They haven't been pitch black. You can actually fucking see them. And
right.
Because they gave him more room in the cowl, he doesn't have his fucking mouth, strangling itself to fucking get out. So you end up with Christian Bale constantly making a stupid face. What is the truth? So, yeah. Also, I really still don't like Amber Heard as Mira. They're going too hard on making her making her nag Aquaman and be kind of the, what's it I'm looking for? They're making her a bit of a dish rag, you know?
Yeah.
And Mira, I thought was always supposed to be one of the most badass and genuinely heroic on her own love interests in comics. So seeing her get turned into kind of just a dish rag love interest is... Then again, I don't know if Amber Heard plays any other roles. I've never seen her in any movies, but my understanding is she just does this. So, I mean, there is the off chance this could turn out to be good, like Wonder Woman did, but I'm doubtful.
Right. But same time, I was far more sold on the Wonder Woman trailers than I am on the Aquaman trailers thus far. And though I still haven't seen Wonder Woman, I still have heard that it's the best that DC has had to offer up to this point.
I'd highly recommend going back and watching it the first opportunity you get. It's a damn good movie.
I absolutely will. I just have to find that opportunity.
The only criticism people ever give to it is that they think a a lot of people think that since the movie was generally a fairly thinking movie for most of the movie, they're disappointed that it went for a big action finale. Because I guess somebody out there was like, I want my autistic superhero movie to go for a subdued, underwritten finale or some shit like that. You know how people are. The same crowd that's like, Marvel has to die soon. We're superhero fatigue, you know.
Right.
The same kind of people that think the Academy Awards are right. Fuck. So, hey,
Just in general.
Addy, before your computer dies, what have you done this past week?
We missed the topic, by the way.
Did we?
No, we
Yeah.
didn't.
Yes, we did.
We skipped over Darksiders.
Scroll up.
We skipped over
No,
Darksiders
scroll
3
up.
because there was
Scroll up.
Oh, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, right?
Yeah, my 30-minute, like huge 30 minutes rant.
Let's hope your computer works with us here for that rant.
It won't.
It won't. That'll make the rant even better.
Yeah. So, where do I start? Let's start with
hang on. Before Addy begins his rant, Alex, every time he cuts out, you need to edit in one of those censor beeps.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh!
I think I'm just getting attacked. Anyway.
He just doesn't want that workload. You can go ahead and start your rant now.
Yeah, so let's start with this quote that I put up. So, Pink, you've seen what Assassin's Creed looks like. How would you
Yeah.
describe Assassin's Creed?
Terrible. But that's
I
a highly
mean-
biased opinion.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of genre, how would you describe Assassin's Creed?
Probably stealth. Stealth,
All right.
adventure, what have you.
Yeah. So here's this quote that I stole from a Games.r review, I think, which I didn't put in because I think Games.r are right or something. I put it in because it's just the best quote to talk about for me. So it says, "No one's made an open world RPG with this depth and brilliance since The Witcher 3." So, where do you see the problem, Pink?
Yeah, I would never have ever described Assassin's Creed as an open world RPG.
Yeah, so here's where we get to Assassin's Creed Origins, and now with Odyssey, where they took out, well, they took out the stealth focus, they took out the, cinematic fighting mechanic, they took out things like that. But again, the fighting mechanic the fighting mechanic wasn't removed with Origins, it got removed before then, whatever. Basically, with Origins, the series started going into an RPG point of view, where the focus is not to, be an adventure game, it's to be an RPG. It's trying to be The Witcher 3, which, according to people, as you can see from the quote, it seems to be.
Mhm.
But, here's the thing. They touted that, the focus of Assassin's Creed isn't the things that actually made Assassin's Creed stand out, the hidden blade, the people in the hoods, the freaking stealth shit.
The poison darts, those are the best.
Yeah, the poison darts. No, that's not what made Assassin's Creed Assassin's Creed. What made Assassin's Creed, according to the current team, was that it allowed you to traverse and just explore historical places. Now, to this I say, bullshit, for one. That was a big part of the game, yes, but it wasn't the only part that made Assassin's Creed. Because, I can play the Saboteur that lets me play in a freaking historical environment. I can play Valiant Hearts, and these are just Ubisoft games, by the way. I can play
Right.
Valiant Hearts, and that really lets me explore a historical setting. I can play freaking any Call of Duty for a while, and it lets me explore a freaking historical setting. But, even if we look past this, with this game, because Greece as a whole doesn't really have an interesting history, I guess, which I don't disagree with it because I'm not expert. I'm not an expert in Greek history, so I wouldn't know what they could have put into the game. But
Right.
since I guess they thought that Greek history wasn't good enough, we're going into mythology. So now, because like last game, they could explain that how you were fighting the Egyptian gods by saying that it's a glitch in the animus, which is a cop out answer, but it's an answer nonetheless, and it's it's a post game thing that they had you do. It wasn't a part of the story or anything. It wasn't like even like a secondary quest or anything. It was just a thing to do if you finish the game.
Right.
With this game, and I'm not sure how they're doing it. It might be the same as Origins. I wouldn't know. I didn't buy the game. But with this game, you can fight the Minotaur, you can fight Medusa, you can fight people like that. And it's like, okay, so what part of history was that? Because I don't remember reading about Medusa's army, shit like that.
Right.
Like
They're basically having your assassin guy do all the
he's not even,
challenges that Hercules did.
he's not even an assassin, Pink. This is pre-assassins. Because with Origins,
Pre-assassin.
yeah, because with Origins, they established that the first actual like organized assassins were Bayek and the people who joined Bayek, including his wife. So those are the first organized assassins. There were assassins here and there, but you know, um, Darius, I think, is the like closest recorded actual assassin before these two got introduced. Alexois or whatever the hell. I'm not good with Greek names. So Alexois and Cassandra.
Right.
Before they were introduced, I think Darius was the closest like canon proto assassin or whatever the hell. Thing is, um with this thing, like Darius had his hidden blade. He actually was the first person to use a hidden blade, unless I'm mistaken on the lore, which I don't know, but whatever, doesn't matter really. So with this game, you don't get a hidden blade. You instead get a piece of Eden to use in battle, because that's not overpowered. So Pink, I know that you don't give a shit, but just for clarification, but because Damya's not here, so I can only talk to you. For clarification's sake, a piece of Eden is this magical, basically science fiction item that does whatever it feels like right now. Before that, it actually had some rules, like different types of pieces of Eden did different types of things. Like one healed you, one could summon people, one could blind people, things like that.
Right.
With this one, that doesn't seem to be a thing. That just doesn't seem to be a thing. Because with this one, you can shoot through walls, you can turn invisible, you can. What else was there? I forget. I think you might be able to shoot at the sun and turn into Ho Yi. But but yeah, like it's uh the thing is, some of these could be explained because there was a be all end all type of piece of Eden before this that could do basically, well, more or less anything that's short of going through walls. Which was the apple, which you could just imagine that people died and they died. It was so powerful. But this is not an apple. This is a spearhead, which wasn't documented before, and now it can just do basically anything the apple can, but better, from what I gather.
I see.
So yeah, instead of the hidden blade, which most people would say is the iconic weapon of the Assassin's Creed games, you now have the spearhead to use as the hidden blade, and then you also have the bullshit powers that it brings to you.
Right. And wouldn't the spearhead be like man-made, whereas an apple wouldn't be?
Um, Technically they're all man-made, but not really, because deep lore,
Deep lore.
Yeah, it's so freaking no. It's not really deep lore. You just have to give a shit on the freaking science fiction parts, which I didn't, but I read up on it later. So basically, here's what happened in the game's universe. So first, there were the aliens who formed the people who then rebelled against the aliens, and the aliens had gave the technology to the people to make these magical items. So technically they're man-made, but they were made so long ago that people can't recreate it because since well between people actually making these things and people being current day, the whole earth got wiped out, and so did the aliens. So so the only thing that remains are these magical items because I believe that you do actually speak with the aliens to a degree, but um I from what I understand, they only speak to you through like really well masked out holograms. So like instead of them actually being there, it was just like I don't know how many million years ago they counted that you would need to be talked to at that one moment, and so they recorded a message for you to see. It's weird and confusing. Anyway, yeah. So with Odyssey, what other things? Yeah, there's a branching story. The story branches, which shouldn't be a thing, since it has been established in lore, and they can just break the lore, whatever. I just won't agree with it, but
Yeah,
um,
I actually know what the problem here is because isn't this like historical?
yeah, that's the whole problem as well.
Yeah, you can't have a branching storyline if you're going through what is essentially a memory.
Yeah, and you know the freaking thing that they said
What they say about it.
that the DNA sample is so old that the freaking thing is not sure what happened. But then, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If anybody who was bloody um born from these people is still alive, they can just they can just kidnap them. Abstergo can kidnap them, take their sample, and then go back through the DNA to these people and have a clear vision of what happened. Like it's actually not all that hard. Like from what I understand, because it just says that whenever a kid or actually wait a second, that's actually it just dawned on me. That actually is what they did back in the first couple of games. So there's no reason for them to not do that. Because instead of just going up to the freaking person's corpse and then clawing off like a couple of centimeters of skin so they can get the shitty DNA, you can just kidnap the bloody person in the mortal day who comes from the same family tree.
Yeah, the descendant.
You can just grab the descendant and then make them do the testing for you, or just freaking drain their blood. Like that's genuinely what they did in the first game. So I don't understand. Now I understand it even less now. Why that's not an option anymore. I mean, I understand it from a gameplay standpoint because they wanted to freaking milk Witcher's dick or whatever the hell, but
right.
From a lore standpoint, this is just unacceptable in my opinion because they've done like they are contradicting what they've done with the first game, so much so that they're doing the exact opposite in in the freaking game.
Hey,
but
so guess who left Discord muted but not OBS?
Well, that's great.
So now we've got recordings of me making lots of noises. I get into it and out of chairs, the chair creaking under me going and opening the blinds.
Whoops.
By the way, I got back from a balanced breakfast of a couple spoonfuls of whipped cream, jalapeno chips, and a glass of green tea.
Breakfast of champions.
It's college life, man. So, Addy, you were saying?
Yeah. So, like Pink just made it dawn on me that not only is the explanation for the branching storyline in Assassin's Creed Odyssey stupid, but also more or less unacceptable since they actually established in the lore that they can just grab the descendant of the guy they need and use him instead of using the shitty DNA from the corpse. So there's no real explanation as to why they would do that.
Wait, you choose between a male character and a female character at the start, yeah?
Yeah.
So are they picking between a male and female corpse at the start? Is that how you decide?
Yes.
Alright, we grave dig the male spot or the female spot? Does the game just open on? Does the game just open on a selection menu and there's two skeletons on a table and it's like pick a skeleton, and you have to, in order to decide the gender you have to count the ribs.
I wouldn't know because I didn't buy the game.
Yeah.
So,
No.
like, you know, I could probably make better arguments as for why it's shit if I did buy it, but I don't want to support their current way for the series. So, but yeah, another problem is, so I said this after the last podcast, so it will ring a bell to both of you. But so Assassin's Creed, would you accept words? Would you? What's the word for? Can speak. Whatever. Would you expect Assassin's Creed to have being a professional prostitute or cock as an option?
Yes.
I imagine they were all professional prostitutes.
Because in this game, it's an option. It has never been.
You
only
get to see the action.
I don't know because I didn't look it up. But you actually can get paid to cock people if you're the male character, or be a prostitute if you're Cassandra.
Okay,
and
the prostitution as the female one is kind of disturbing on several levels, but the cooking as the male one, I'm like, I don't know if that was actually really going on in Greece, but I want it to, because I'm imagining rich Greek people in togas being like, I want you to fuck my wife. I want to watch.
I mean, to be honest, if anything, to be more realistic, they could have made it so you're a prostitute either way, and then it's just top or bottom.
Now, if your male character is like 20, then he's too old to be a prostitute in Greek society.
I guess so. I guess so.
Is he more than 15 years old? Too old. The Greeks were fucked up.
But yeah, so what else is there that I didn't say? Well, yeah. I just, I understand that people saw Assassin's Creed as tired and shit, but this is not the right way to go about it because it just lost its identity to me.
Right.
Because, you could say that Assassin's Creed is an all type of game and whatever, but isn't literally everything right now an open world RPG? Is it doing anything different than what it did 10 years ago? No, it's just the type of game changed.
Well, the thing is, what a fucking nerd journalists love. Skyrim and Witcher 3. Now, they won't bitch about everything being the same when everything that everything is being is the thing they fucking love.
But yeah,
let me tell you, I bitch about COD. I wouldn't bitch about Call of Duty if it changed to being more of an over-the-top FPS or just a fucking fuck it. Now it's an entirely different game. Now it's a character action game. Do your Dante combos, fucking World War II soldier. Getting a triple S rank combo on Hitler.
Yeah. Oh, then you will get to the secret boss Mecha Hitler.
Yeah. Imagine just fighting Hitler and you're doing so well that the announcer goes smoking sexy style.
but it's just the general yelling at you from outside from out the window.
I was imagining it happening in like the Inglorious Bastards theater. So the general's sitting in the audience with popcorn yelling.
Yeah, but yeah, like let's just list the things that are in Assassin's Creed. Honestly, that were in other Assassin's Creeds.
Boats.
Not really.
Big boats.
Oh, boats? Yeah, definitely boats.
Knives.
Not really.
People.
Well, what? Yeah, people. Yes.
Killing.
Yes. Probably.
I did
That's about it.
Bows. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Oh.
Are there bows in Odyssey? I actually didn't check.
If they didn't include bows and grease, that would be incredible.
Yeah, there probably are. But like
Crazy Christian gods that aren't Christian, but they are Christian. Go fucking figure it out yourself.
I think they removed that part. I think they got killed off in the comics.
Thank God. The Animus?
Not really. Technically yes, but not really.
Well, I'm running out of stuff here. I can keep going into stupid shit like dirt. Is there dirt in this game?
But like what I'm trying to say is that like they only kept the like minimum of what they had in Origins, and Origins wasn't a full-blown Assassin's Creed game either. So now we're just left with nothing, basically, with something posing as Assassin's Creed.
And that is exactly what critics and journalists wanted.
Yeah. Because let's just go over. So the parkour system got freaking dumped down to no recognition because, you know, like I guess you could say that I'm a purist. I still enjoy the Assassin's Creed 1 to Assassin's Creed Brotherhood or Assassin's Creed Revelations parkour system. As clunky as it was, I thought that it was fun. You know, if they worked on it more, maybe it would be serviceable now. But then they just dropped it for the dumbed down piece of shit that was Assassin's Creed 3 and 4. And then they tried to mix the two in freaking Unity and Syndicate. And now we're just left with a button.
I played 3 and 4, and I don't remember the parkour system being particularly different from the old systems.
Yeah, for me there was too much of an emphasis on the animations playing out. Like it felt too restricting to me, basically.
I thought it felt a lot more freeform. I definitely remember Brotherhood having a lot more moments of fuck, just Ezio jumping off the side of fucking walls because he feels like it.
But yeah, so there's the parkour system. The hidden blades are no more. They were replaced, yes.
With the hidden spear.
But it's not No, it's not even a hidden spear. It's just a bloody spear.
Oh.
Actually,
so
it's not even a bloody spear. It's not even a bloody spear. It's a spearhead.
That's
a magic
what I'm saying.
spearhead. Yeah.
It makes sense to me.
I don't know. It's not the same to me. Like, I'd even go as far as to say that having no hidden blade for a while or for the whole game and then introducing it in the freaking DLC like they're doing it right now, I think would have been better.
I like the hidden spear. It's a twist on it, but it's still the hidden blade.
But yeah.
Addy doesn't respond because he's an inch away from killing me. Praise that hidden spear again, and I will sail my ass over to America right fucking now. I'm gonna pay Ivan 50 out of my fucking pocket.
Yeah, the difference for me is that, well, basically, you build up this whole thing of the hidden blade for how many games, and then you just remove it.
Well, it's a prequel.
Well, yeah, but we just had
the fucking hidden blade in yet. They didn't put. It's a fucking prequel. It's before Origins, when the fucking Assassin's Order got founded.
The thing is, the Ethan Blade existed by this point.
Right, but sure, we'll say this one brought it into practice by the end. This game exists as the origin story of the Hidden Blade. Fuck it. It's an entire game about that.
Like, seriously, Darius was the first user of the Hidden Blade. I'm pretty sure that Darius lived before the freaking happenings in this game.
Well, who knows? Maybe the Persians were holding on to it until some Greek fucker stole it. And that Greek fucker is you!
Self-insert character. Might as well be.
It's better than just introducing Geralt.
I mean, to be honest, at this point,
Geralt probably would make a living out of fucking people's wives, but you know.
Yeah. Like, to be honest, I would have actually preferred if they just literally paid freaking 3D Projekt Red to have Geralt as their main character in the Greek historical game, because at least then we would have a freaking story. It would have actual characters.
You say that like it's absurd. Soul Calibur 6 is introducing Geralt into its story, which is also supposed to take place in history. Geralt's just fucking showing up in Japan or something.
Yeah. He should on the start of every match he should just get thrown out of a teleport and just say, "I hate teleports." Lore. Anyway,
I'm reminded of when the first Injustice game introduced Scorpion as a crossover character, and his match intro in literally every match would be he's about to do a fatality on Sub-Zero in a classic Mortal Kombat stage, and he just suddenly gets teleported to the DC universe, and he goes, "What the fuck?" and tries to kill the first person he sees.
Choosing character.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I like the idea.
Yeah.
I just want to get this in. I remember Ezio sleeping around with every chick he could in the old Assassin's Creed games. Now I'm imagining this new Odyssey protagonist, like, sleeping with a dude's wife, and the dude walks in, and the dude's like, "Hey, I'm doing this for free. You should be paying me for this."
The dude joins.
Well, that's more accurate to Greece. Yeah. He walks in on some dude stupping his wife, and he's like, "All right, I'm in." He just throws his toga off to the side.
Yeah. With the thing with Ezio sleeping with every woman, he tried to sleep with every woman. He only had like 3 girlfriends.
Didn't he like fuck some girl over a horse race out in the open or something in one of the DLCs?
I don't remember that. Like, as far as I know, the only actual love interests of Ezio are Caterina Vespucci, Caterina Sforza, and freaking Sofia Sartor, and that's it. Those are his women.
Wasn't it implied he fucked Cesare Borgia's sister as well?
No, in the DLC, she's like, you didn't touch me though, and then he makes it seem like he wants to have sex with her, and then he ties her up into the freaking curtain and leaves.
Ah.
So yeah,
I guess Ezio didn't want to touch what Cesare had already touched.
Yeah. Icky.
Yeah, just like the Targaryens. Wait, Targaryens? I'm thinking of the wrong one. The Lannisters. I don't know Game of Thrones. It's definitely the Lannisters. I said Targaryens, but that's a different family that I don't know. Has anyone here even watched Game of Thrones?
No.
I don't.
Ah, shit. Well, we'll bring Soon on here someday so he can tell me how stupid I am for saying the Targaryens were fucking their sisters.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't get a place to complain about it because it's Game of Thrones. I'm sure everybody in that show is fucking their sister.
Yeah. So, back to what they removed. Well, is it fair to say they removed big cities as the setting? When it's whole countries. but then the whole countries are actually just barren wastelands with a couple of settlements strewn about.
That's probably fair. Oh.
Because yeah. Um and then, yeah, basically, but for me, what made Assassin's Creed is that it had, well, you know, I think I think it's just a personal thing as well, because the first big game that I played on my Xbox 360, like the first, actually AAA game that I played on my Xbox 360 was Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. So to me, Assassin's Creed will always be, you're in a damn city, you do fun parkour, and then you have this mechanical freaking blade attached to your hand that you can just kill people with and fight with as well. And since they switched over to the new engine, well, basically since we switched to the next gen, Assassin's Creed has been losing this more and more, because with 3, you had the wilderness and small cities, which, whatever, you still had pretty alright parkour, and you could still fight with the hidden blade. With 4, you had a lot of freaking water, which I hate because sailing. but you still had the same parkour as in 3 and the same fighting mechanic. With Unity, the big city came back. The parkour was a bit better than it was in 3 and 4. You could not fight with the hidden blade anymore. And then with Syndicate, the fighting mechanic just got a bit worse. Parkour got neglected. Well, you could just neglect parkour because you just had to get out a parkour free card known as the freaking low puncher, and then you still were in a big city. And now there's no big city, there's no good parkour, and there's no fighting with the hidden blade.
Well, sounds like Assassin's Creed to me. I think we are actually nearing a solid 30-minute rant from Hattie here.
Yeah,
I told
you didn't
you.
lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pink over there. Pink's like looking. I don't know what to do anymore.
Pink,
Somebody help me.
Pink at this point wants to tell me that he wants to record Terraria, just to get out of the pain.
I want to go fishing, man.
Nah.
Yeah. You want to fight the pigrons?
Yeah. And when I say I want to go fishing, I actually mean I want to smack a bunch of bushes and hope a bug falls out of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got a couple more bugs for you. I put them in the animal chest.
Perfect.
We're gonna have to look up a more reliable way to get bait because this shit's not working.
As a closing thought, speaking of sailing, guess what? Greece sailing.
It's back, baby.
It was back with Origins, but it wasn't the focal point. Now it is again. So, with all this, they removed. Yeah.
Will you have to fight hippo boss fights while sailing?
I'm not sure. Probably not, since you actually have like full-size ships. I think.
Hippo don't give a shit.
That's true.
You just, someone on your boat, is paddling, and you just see the hippo jump up, grab him, and he goes off the side. Man down. Nobody go after him. He's lost now.
Yeah. But yeah, like to compare this, the two Assassin's Creed games with the focal point being sailing are 4 and this one. And with 4, as I've said, you still had the parkour, you still had the fighting with the hidden blade. This lacks both. So there's literally no good part in this game when looking at it from a franchise point of view.
Well, don't worry, Addy. I'm sure that next year there will be another entry, so maybe we can look at that. And then the next year there will be another entry, and the next year there will be another entry.
Eventually, they've got to bring you back on track for you.
And then they'll take it off track again, and on track, and off track, and on track, and off track.
Freaking Nosferatu switching the Assassin's Creed switch.
Yep. Nosferatu. All right.
So what's that 30 minutes?
Oh,
Did
yeah.
I fulfill my contract? Okay.
Hey! You fulfilled your contractual obligation. You are no longer a slave to the Russian mafia. Unfortunately, me and Pink are still bound. Help us. Right. So, Addy, what have we got going up on the channel soon? I know I got plenty of episodes of the new Pink and Alex series, Scribblenauts. And hopefully we'll be able to record some Bioshock soon.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah, hopefully right after this. Because we are out of Bioshock episodes.
We have a shit ton of Terraria going up. On my part.
Alright.
You still have to make the thumbnails.
I know I do. I've been so fucking busy with everything, dude. Cause I'm getting close to the ending of some of my classes, and I'm getting close to the beginning of other classes, and it's also entering the Halloween season. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, Terraria, Scribblenauts, and Bioshock are the expected episodes that'll come up on the channel this week. Now, Addy, what have you done the past week?
And being angry. I've been angry.
That's what you've done this week. You've just been angry. Somebody goes up to you and he's like, "Hey, Addy, do you want to help me with this?" "I can't right now. I'm angry."
Yeah.
He's just sitting in a chair, fuming.
You know, you need to get ready for a 30-minute Assassin's Creed Odyssey rant. Somehow.
I guess.
Takes a lot of preparation.
Yeah.
You know, I could probably crack up a Terraria. I'm gonna make the Terraria thumbnail while we're doing the podcast. That's what I call multitasking.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, I played freaking. Let me look its name up while I talk about something else, because I am prepared and good at my job. Yeah, it's on the laptop now that I remember that the freaking PC is on that row. So I'm gonna do it on the freaking laptop. Right. So I played. That's the end of the sentence.
All right. Sounds like an exciting week.
Yeah, I played friggin' what's the bloody game called? Whatever. Yeah. I played this run and gun shooter game. Something about chickens in the title. which I'm currently looking up.
It's the sequel to Something About Mary.
Yeah. So, it's one of those like flash games, run and guns, where you have a separate, running stick, and you have a separate aiming stick, which, coming from Contra, I don't really like, but whatever.
I hate twin sticks. Automatically. I hate single sticks as well, but I hate twin sticks.
Depending on the game, I can like twin sticks. It's just, it doesn't really work for me in running guns. Because, yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, it's this. Well, basically, imagine if a Flash game got made into an indie game, and that's it. It's a 2000 and something Flash game, but like that actually is more or less it. Like it has similar humor, it has similar art style. It has similar problems of us more what's the word what I'm looking for? More trying Flash games. Basically, it has this 3D effect when you walk through door or when you walk through rooms, with the whole room shifting the way you're moving, because that's the perspective, and that just doesn't work for me because I think it makes the game look horrible. But whatever. So while the freaking thing loads up the list of PS Plus free games, because that's what it is. Another game that I played is another free game that actually I got recommended. That Brian recommended to me. is 2063 or something like that, 2036. Read-only memories.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a point-and-click adventure game.
Oh, okay. What kind
And
of point and click adventure game are we talking? Like Telltale or
no, old school.
old school? Like what is it? I'm trying to think of.
Like freaking Monkey Island. It's kind of like Monkey Island.
Okay, yeah, I've never played it, but I think I've played a lot of games from the same developer. If you give me a moment to not be stupid, it was damn it, same guys that make Psychonauts and Grim Fandango. Somebody help me here. Stacking. They made a ton of games. Come on.
Psychonauts is a platform game developed by Double Fine Productions.
Double Fine, thank you. Yes, I have played Grim Fandango, which is from the same developer and is also an adventure game, so I assume it's quite similar.
I wouldn't know. I never played Grim Fandango.
It is a damn good
What?
game.
But yeah, in this game, you live in 2036 or 63 or whatever the hell. I don't remember. It's a cyberpunk game. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, and it has you looking for a friend of yours who got kidnapped with the friend of this robot kid that your friend made because he's an engineer or whatever the hell. And so far, I actually like the game. The voice acting can be dodgy sometimes, but for the most part, it's pretty good. And yeah, I actually enjoy it.
All right, how about the puzzles? Because sometimes with those old style adventure games, the puzzles get pretty bullshit.
They're not too hard, and there's actually a couple puzzles that are multiple answer.
Oh, that's nice when you get puzzles that can be solved in multiple ways. Not enough games do that.
Yeah, for example, just in the last part where I was, there's this riot against cybernetically engineered people at a freaking medical facility. And you need to make the riots go away, or not even riots, it's just protests. You need to make the protesters go away to progress in the game. So you have two ways of doing this. I've only found one so far. But you can, according to the achievement list, you can either talk the people out of protesting and make them go away like that, or do what I did, look for a loose freaking what's the bloody word? The thing houses are made of.
How's it? Brick.
Yeah, you look for a loose brick, and then just throw it at the nearby cop, and then start a riot and make the cops arrest the protesters.
Start a riot. Turn the protest into a riot. That's a solution.
Yeah, it actually is a solution. That's how I progressed.
Oh, I love it. It's so fucking. Oh, what's the word? This is today's podcast of forgetting words. Have you noticed that, guys?
I have.
I wouldn't know because I wasn't here for 2/3 of it.
The sheer audacity of that being a puzzle solution. That's the word I was looking for. Audacity.
Yeah, but then I also made a bit of a mistake in it, because the game has you name yourself and do stuff like that. But yeah, for name, because I was like, nobody's gonna call me by name aside from the robot, so I'll just put in master, because for the robot I will, that's the closest thing. So I now have the character's sister's girlfriend and other people like that calling me master,
Meh.
and it makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, now it seems like a fetish. Oh no.
Yeah.
Ooh, call me master one more time, girl. All right.
Yeah, it also makes dialogue just not work sometimes, because it's like you need to look for a police officer by name. So you go into the police depth, and you're like, please call in police officer blank. Call them master is or tell them master is here.
Oh, that's amazing. I love it. Oh man,
Yeah,
does it
yeah.
let you put in curse words?
possibly. I mean, if you want, we can do you can do a recorded playthrough sometime, and then
Tell them
we'll
fuckface is here.
yeah, it's just code words. It's not even a human. It's just code word.
And people just casually going up to you. Oh, hi, fuckface.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
I
else
mean,
did you play?
Yeah. Bloody hell. I played a shit ton of Forza 4. The Forza Horizon 4.
Right. And last I heard, you had developed machine guns for your cars, and are currently butchering the British countryside.
Yeah, I actually uninstalled the game because I don't see us recording it ever again.
Yeah, I need to do that. It takes up a lot of space.
Time for me to go and uninstall as well.
Yep. But what matters is did you have fun with your time with it?
For the most part, yeah, I do feel the same as Brian did because we actually talked about it on the forums, and he said that in the middle part the game drags on, and he's not wrong. He actually finished the game in a week, somehow.
That's Brian.
Yeah, but so I had fun with the game. It was like I thought the tutorial was dragged out to no avail because the whole first year is pretty much just the tutorial.
Yep.
Because there's still things locked behind progression in the first year.
Yeah, that's the issue me and Pink ran into.
So yeah. But the driving was fun. I had fun with the cars, even if all of them are probably overpriced.
Oh god.
Like, yeah.
No, I wasn't saying anything.
Like, I wanted to buy myself a Sesto Elemento because I like Lamborghinis, but it's 2.5 million. And you get with like medium difficulty, something like that. You get like 7,000 for a freaking race.
Oh.
So do the maths.
Yeah. See, the game was ruined for me the instant I found out that you had to be there for a special event to get the cucaracha horn for your car.
Oh, you did it too?
Yeah. Said you gotta be at a specific Horizon Festival event.
Oh. So yeah, I looked it up, and the Dragon game is Rocket Birds 2 Evolution.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's free for PS4 and PS Vita. Same for 2064 is the game called 2064 Read Only Memories.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, with Forza Horizon 4, as I've said, the driving was fun for the most part. Tuning at this point, like back with Gran Turismo 4, I actually tuned my cars and shit like that. Right, like with these games, it's just so in depth that I don't understand shit. So I just put in the best, machinery, and then I'm like, okay, hope this will work.
There should be an option for throw money at the car.
Yeah.
Give me the best one you got. I don't know what it is, but give me the best one you got.
I mean, technically, you can download other people's tuning, but you can't edit them if they upload it like that because, yeah, and it's like I don't understand why for special video groups for putting on the car, they just tell you that you can't upload your car design because it uses a third party's video group. So I don't understand why they couldn't do the same for well, actual designs and tunings.
Oh fuck! I need to go delete my car design. I forgot about that. Yeah, I need to
But
go.
yeah,
I need to go do that. And I'm probably not gonna uninstall because I just remembered my family members quite like this game. So unfortunately, that's 50 gigs on my console gone.
but yeah, I also thought that a lot of the well, a lot of the like I thought that the game started off on the right foot with actually having some story, with you being a stunt driver and shit like that. I would have enjoyed more of it, and there actually is more of it after a while, but it just wasn't enough for me.
Yeah,
And I'm just not enough of a car guy.
I wouldn't imagine the story would go anywhere anyways with your Mary Sue fanfic self-insert character.
And it's not even self-insert. It's self-insert if you look like blank.
Yeah.
Choose blank.
I just went with whichever one I happened to feel like, so I went with the black chick with the afro.
I went, as I've said, I went with an Asian guy because I look vaguely Asian, so I usually choose Asian people, and then I went with the name Dragon, and then it took me a while to realize how racist that is.
Yeah. I feel like didn't Harry Potter just get in trouble for that? The latest Harry Potter movie?
Yeah,
for?
there's something about that.
Yeah, because it turns out Voldemort's big snake Nagini used to be a woman, and it was an Asian woman, and people are saying it's really stereotypical to turn an Asian woman into a snake.
Is it?
I think that people are reading it into it too much. I doubt it was really intended to be racist, nor does it really come off as racist.
I mean, I've never heard of the stereotype that Asian women are snakes, so
Well, I think it has something to do with the dragon lady stereotype. It's supposed to be the thing. And since dragons are technically supposed to be just big fucking reptiles. What a weird connection to make, though. It reminds me of, like, it's always that stuff that's like, why did you notice that? Because I wouldn't have been actively looking like, oh, the Asian lady turned into a snake, racist. Because it's like, if you found that, do you correlate Asian people with snakes? Because otherwise, for most people, that connection would not occur. So, it's like, I don't know. I think I had the same talk with the family a couple days ago, where it was basically like, there was a bit in a movie where I don't know, a Hispanic man eats a sandwich and somebody yells racism at the screen. It's like, well, what the fuck? What a connection to make. I get that you're calling this racist, but it seems like really weird and maybe possibly a bit racist that you're like, only if a Hispanic man eats a sandwich, it's racist. I don't know.
Yeah.
So what
I
are we
like
getting
my
to
sandwiches. There's nothing racist about it.
Oh no, it's plenty. There was a joke I was gonna go for there, but my brain stopped working.
Yeah.
That's the worst time for your brain to stop working.
Oh man, you know what we might need to film instead of BioShock?
Yeah.
What?
We might need to start on the Halloween one-offs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Achoo.
oh yeah. Who's ready to get in the ring with the Slender Man? Not the Slender Man, fuck Slender Man. Let's get in the ring with the, I don't know, fucking him.
The Hangman.
Yeah. Or the alien. Let's get in the ring with the alien. Bring it on, you acid-blooded bitch. So hey, since we're streaming through Mixer now, horror games will actually be alright to record, because now you guys will be just as scared shitless as me.
Yeah, I actually watched your stream on Mixer. A part of it anyway.
Yeah, I saw at one point it had more than just one viewer there, so I kind of assumed.
Which is incredible for Mixer, the streaming format that should be dead in the fucking water.
Yeah.
But hey, it's useful for our purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you're streaming PC games, you might be able to just do it through Steam.
I can, but I don't want to. The thing is, right now, the way we have it set up is I'm running both the recording and the stream through OBS, so I don't have to run two different processes to keep it going. With Discord, a big stress on my computer was the fact that it was recording through OBS and streaming through Discord at the same time, which was a big stress on my computer.
Yeah. I just kind of want a better PC just so I can experience life.
Yeah, I've been like, one day I'm going to bring Addy over to the States and I'm going to buy him a computer. It's gonna be one Christmas present. It's gonna be one Christmas present, and I will never owe you a Christmas present again.
You when we make the transaction, which Pink doesn't know about and we don't need to disclose, it's drugs. But once we make the transaction and you fly to Hungary, I give you the package and you give me a PC.
I need to bring. That'll be the payment. I had to bring that hot Hungarian heroin stateside. You boys ain't seen nothing like this. This is Hungarian heroin. It's a high unlike any other. It doesn't give us any high at all. That's what I said. It's a high unlike any other.
Yeah. The high is that your economy collapses and you get put into the EU.
God. Aren't those the two the same thing? Zing. Politics jokes. Welcome, everybody. By the way, I'm going to be assassinated by a German official tomorrow. I'll see you all later.
It was nice knowing you.
I'm going to be brought into Merkel's office, and she's just going to pull out a pistol and be like, you know the mistake you made.
It's not even Merkel. It's Steve Urkel in a wig.
Well, why are we talking about Steve Urkel now? What led to the? Because me and Pink were bringing up Steve Urkel on the fucking Scribblenauts.
Oh,
Fresh in the mind, I suppose.
No, I wasn't there for that.
Yeah,
Oh.
That's what makes it weird.
Urkel haunts us. I don't think he's dead, but he haunts us.
He doesn't have to be dead. He haunted us on the screen. We're haunted by the ghost of Steve Urkel and fucking Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
Oh God. I need to look over what I've got in terms of horror on Steam, but yeah. So, what was I going to say? Did you play anything else, Addy?
I played. Let me look at the name of this thing. Momodora Revenge Under the Moonlight. Yes, that.
Nah. Sounds Japanese.
This is a game that Ryan gifted to me.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because he had a code and I was like, okay, I'll take it because nobody else wanted to, and my priority is if somebody else can write on. Yeah, my priorities are if somebody else wants it, then they take it. If they want to give it to charity, it's mine.
Yeah.
It's not even that. It's like Brian was I'll just post the codes on another site then, and I was like, no, I'll take them because at that point I'll take them.
I have no idea where he gets these codes from.
Me neither.
It's from a secret New York supplier.
The thing is, there was this one time when 2K14 or 2K16 was the free game. He ran out to the shop to buy me a wand of gold.
I do not understand that guy in the slightest.
I think you might be crazy.
Like you know, Brian can be weird, but I do see him as a good friend because of the freaking shit that he does and he did and stuff like that.
There are a lot of benefits to be reaped from his insanity.
So
I guess.
So what is Momodora?
Momodora is this nostalgia jerk off. Not really, but yeah, more or less. It's I think an indie game that is a lot like you have a ranged attack and you have a melee attack. The melee attack, I'm not sure what I could compare to. The ranged attack makes the game be a bit like Mega Man.
Oh, Mega Man. Okay, so it's it's a platformer.
Yeah, it's a kind of platformer. Like I'd say that it's a bit of a mix of Castlevania and Mega Man.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mega Man is pretty close to the Metroidvanias when you think about it.
Or at least that's the closest comparison that I could make.
We also make that comparison, and I don't think there's any one of us that have beaten the Mega Man games in our lives.
I mean, I played Mega Man Battle Network. Does that count?
I played Mega Man 2 for like 10 minutes a year ago.
Yeah, I also played Mega Man. I played through. Well, played through. I played a good 15 minutes of each Mega Man game
Yeah.
at this point, I think.
Do you run
Because
into the same thing I did where you sucked at the game and you're like, alright, fuck this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how my Mega Man playthrough went.
Oh, I like the Zero games. I remember the Mega Man
Zero?
Zero games. Yeah.
Am I trying? Oh, the game's starring Zero. Okay, okay.
No, yes, their name actually is Zero, I think. Mega Man Zero.
Okay,
Something.
okay.
Yeah, those games are fun.
There are too many Mega Man games. I can't keep track.
Yeah. So Momodora would be a pretty fun game if my PC wouldn't freaking cry every time it switches screens. And it's in windowed mode on low texture quality, even though it not texture quality, on low quality settings. Like I think at this point it's 600 by or it's 400 by 680 or something like that. I don't freaking know. Whatever. It's a small window with low quality, and it still freaking lags because my PC is good.
Oh God. Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah. I remember what happened when we tried to get Enter the Gungeon going. I remember that.
I mean that went right. That went all right. It ran correctly, and you could see it.
Not
It's
on my
just-
end, it didn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
on my end it went correctly. I mean, it was so small that I couldn't see shit, but
Yeah.
it ran correctly.
The most efficient way to play video games when you can't see anything.
Yeah. We have this expression in Hungarian that something is as big as an ant stick,
Oh.
and that's about as big as I say that the freaking screen was for that.
Yeah. I don't know if Americans have as many vulgar as vulgar an expression as that. Do we, Pink?
I don't think so, but I might not know.
The thing is, a lot of times people change around the animals, like, you know, depending on the size of the thing that you want to talk about. Like it can be a dog's, it can be an ant's.
And when you talk about something big, you bring up the horse.
Yeah.
All right. So the game seems all right, right?
Yeah, it seems pretty fun. If only I could actually play it correctly. But yeah, I also got Soma, but I didn't even attempt playing it because yeah.
Oh shit! I should have taken the Soma code. That would have been nice. Damn it. Ah well, whatever. I don't even like Soma. That's why I didn't take the code. It didn't dawn on me we could record that for Halloween.
Oh well. Do you still have the PlayStation 3 Kingdom Hearts games?
I do have the 3 Kingdom Hearts games on PS4. Yeah.
Okay, that's even better. Then we can just do the Jack Skellington part, and then that's Halloween.
All right. Is that about all you done, Addy?
Yeah.
All right, Pink. What you done in the past week?
Well, I did watch The Last Jedi finally.
All right. So let's hear it.
So, for something hailed as the most divisive Star Wars film in the franchise's history, I actually don't have very strong feelings on it.
I'm in the same spot.
It's like, I wouldn't say I was a complete fan of it, but I didn't think it was downright terrible. There were definitely parts of it that I didn't like, but there were other parts that I actually did quite enjoy. I thought Mark Hamill was fantastic, which I attribute his great acting to his role as a Joker, because Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, you know, way back then, he wasn't exactly a fantastic actor, but Mark Hamill nowadays, I thought he was probably the strongest actor they had on the film.
Oh, absolutely. It's a funny thing because Mark Hamill made it very public that he didn't like the direction they took with Luke, and he tried to retract those views later because Mark Hamill's a huge fucking nice guy.
Yeah.
But Mark Hamill went for it, even though it wasn't Luke to him. You know,
Right.
he committed.
Yeah. I wasn't fond of how they handled Luke either, but Hamill played him fantastically. So massive props to him for making me care about it.
Yeah. Well, the way they handled Luke in the ending, I'm not a fan of. Because like, on one hand, it is kind of fitting thematically, but at the same time, boy, what an underwhelming way to send that character off. You know?
Mm-hmm. It was entirely underwhelming because the movie basically establishes that, hey, this is kind of Luke's fault, and then he gave up his responsibility and basically quit to go die on an island somewhere. So Luke Skywalker, the character who refused to quit in the original trilogy, causes this mess entirely and shirks all responsibilities. So wasn't fond of that.
Well, the thing is with The Last Jedi is that so much of it is meant to be like meta commentary on the audience. Because, like Luke, there was supposed to be a commentary on how poorly people took the Jedi Order in the prequel trilogy. How a lot of people thought it was stupid bullshit with the way they handled everything. And Luke was supposed to be a commentary on that the fans were wrong to think that way. Luke gave up and just sat to go die on some rock somewhere, being a big pouty baby, because the fans didn't like the way the Jedi Order was portrayed, and instead chose to just bitch about the movie and go sit on some rock somewhere and be a big pouty baby, supposedly. Like, I sit in a group, like, there's a ton of issues with the prequel trilogy. I don't mind the way they handled the Jedi Order at all.
Right.
I thought it made perfect sense. There was a perfectly good reason why they fell, but at the same time, it made sense why they thought it was a good idea at the time.
Right.
But it is
one
fun.
thing
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to say with Last Jedi, I think there are some parts that people read into an incredible degree that I didn't really read into at all. Like, a lot of people made a big deal out of how the movie starts with Luke throwing the lightsaber off into the fucking ocean. And I didn't think that was a big deal. I thought that was just firmly establishing that Luke doesn't care about all this anymore.
Right.
Yeah, throwing the Luke saber was not a good scene.
A lot of people hate it because they think it was deliberately trying to say that you're stupid for waiting for this. I didn't see it as that. I saw it as Luke disrespecting establishing what Luke is like now. You know?
Right. Yeah, I didn't have any strong feeling on that scene either, but I imagine that feelings would have been a bit more intense had somebody gone to see it in like theaters. You know, they had seen Force Awakens 2 years prior. The last thing they saw in theater would have been Mark Hamill being offered his lightsaber, then to go back in theaters, see Mark Hamill get his saber, and then chuck it aside. That might have hurt just a little bit, but I was fine with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to most of what I say is I think people reading into it too much. But at the same time, Star Wars is a franchise that I quite like. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's not one that I've ever read into that much. It's always been more or less dumb popcorn flicks for me. Which is not to say that they are dumb, but that I don't put much thought into them, and I never have.
Yeah.
Somebody does, and I'm sure that there's quite a bit of intelligence to be found in Star Wars for those people, but for me, it's never been that.
Right.
I will say, I want to ask your opinion on the Mary Poppins scene.
What Mary Poppins scene?
Oh, you haven't heard it called that yet?
No?
It's Space Leia.
Oh, I was going to mention that. I didn't know it was called the Mary Poppins scene.
I actually really liked that scene, and everybody else hated it.
No, I did not like it whatsoever. I thought it was odd and out of place, and it totally took me out of the movie for a while there.
Well, the thing is, the extended universe always hinted that maybe Leia has the Force, so me remembering that bit from the extended universe, I thought that was really awesome to see her actually get the Force in the movies.
Yeah, I was
And
under the impression that she had always had the Force, but I didn't think the Force could be used to kind of float her back into a spaceship after she had been blown out of it.
Well, I mean, in the prequel trilogy the prequel trilogy movies, they would use the Force to launch themselves into the fucking sky. Do you remember all the fight scenes where they're flipping all over the place?
Not well.
While Haruka Katana played in the back.
So, I mean, I'm perfectly willing to believe that someone can use the Force to fly, especially considering that Leia is, like, displayed to actually be really strong with the Force, given that she just blows that fucking door apart, no problem.
Right.
Like, shit, when she blows that door apart, I thought it was explosives. Nope, Leia's just got the Force. Fuck it.
But it just happens to be that incredibly badass.
But with the extended universe being somewhat canon, are we going to see Starkiller on the big screen?
No.
Hopefully not.
I think that actor is trying to work his way into the Star Wars universe to such a degree, it's hilarious. What's that actor's fucking name?
Troy Baker? I don't know.
He was in Force Unleashed, and then Force Unleashed gets made non-canon, so now he's taking over Darth Maul.
Is he?
Yeah, he's the voice actor. They get Ray Park to do the the facial acting and all that, and the stunts and all that. But the voice is what's his face, the same guy that was Starkiller, because that guy loves Star Wars and wants to be a part of it, and they keep making his shit non-canon. The poor bastard.
Hopefully, one day we will get the third Force Unleashed.
Yeah,
that will reestablish canon. Or just a reboot that actually becomes a part of the canon.
Yeah, you're in the same boat as a lot of people are hoping that there's a third KOTOR that will bring KOTOR back into canon. So hey,
one of my biggest issues.
KOTOR was made non-canon, yeah. But what were you saying, Pink?
Shit.
Everything's non-canon now.
Everything except for Rebels, Clone Wars, and anything that came after Force Awakens.
Right.
So the garbage, more or less.
Boba Fett, the weird thing is, the small effects, like now Boba Fett did genuinely die in the Sarlacc pit.
You cut out for me.
It has weird effects, like Boba Fett now genuinely died in the Sarlacc pit. He never got out. That's how Boba Fett died.
That sucks, because he was one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
He's everyone's favorite character.
Everyone's favorite character. I never got it.
You look so cool, man. How can you not?
I like Django better. Django,
well, yeah, but I don't...
Django dual wields. Come on.
Well, yeah, but Django was blue.
Yeah. I like the blue better than the weird green, red, brown scheme Boba had.
I don't know, Addy. Django seems like he'd be more up your alley, because he does dual wield.
I was upset. Blue. We've discussed this at length. I hate blue.
But the fucking character you love in Sengoku Basra is blue. I have seen pictures of the character.
Yeah.
It's not something he's proud of.
What's the word I'm looking for? Bloody hell.
Guilty pleasure?
No.
Blue is your guilty pleasure, Eddie? Have you been hiding this from us the whole time?
No. Freaking, there are exclusions from this rule.
I'm hoping like one day.
Exception, yeah.
I'm hoping like one day we'll play a game, like a GTA Online type game, and Addy will be wearing red and black clothes, but at one point he'll accidentally like leave off the clothes, and it turns out he's got a blue jumpsuit under the clothes, and he's so embarrassed. You weren't supposed to find out my secrets.
It's not even a dress suit. It's just a Sonic costume.
Oh God! You made it worse.
Or better, depending on how you look at it.
We're going back to Silent Hill Zone. You can never escape your sins, Sonic.
No! Yeah.
Oh God.
Eggman is personification of Sonic's guilt for leaving Amy.
Hey, he's played by
whatever
Jim
the hell.
Carrey. He's played by Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Alright, well, that went exactly where I was hoping it would. What were we talking about? Star Wars?
Natural progression
Star
from
Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars leads to
I'm
the
trying.
Sonic and Silent Hill.
But I'm not even imagining, like, the animated character. I'm imagining the shitty costume that they made shit on purpose that Roger Crack's missing in some parts of Sonic Boom.
I was imagining the kid. You ever seen the picture of the little kid for the Halloween Sonic costume? And the kid just looks depressed in the costume. And people add the
No.
text that says, "No matter how fast I can run, I can never outrun my nightmares."
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, God. Oh, the fight scene with Kylo Ren and Rey and the guards. What'd you think of that?
This is a point I was going to bring up. I was not fond of any fight scenes in the movie.
I really enjoyed that fight scene up until somebody showed the slowed down clips, and you can see like several bits where the editing fucked up, and like a guy disappeared, a guy lost his knife and then got it back, despite never
Right.
reaching into his pocket or anything. All kinds of weird shit you wouldn't notice until it's in slow mo, but it still kind of ruins the fight scene for you.
Like, it was weird for me because I felt the fight scenes were too grand, I suppose. They were very much in line with modern action scenes from like Transformers or the Marvel movies and stuff like that. Which I watching it back, I would just realize I much preferred the slower pace of the original trilogy. Like, I didn't want to like compare the modern trilogy to the original trilogy that much, but it was something that kind of just stuck out to me and made me not really enjoy the fight scenes in that movie, which there are a lot of, and I just kind of wasn't fond of them.
Depends on which original trilogy fight scene you're talking about, because if you're talking about Obi-Wan versus Vader, I didn't really get the appeal of that one. I mean, Luke versus Vader at the ends of both Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi were both classic fight scenes. Don't get me wrong, but I don't really get the appeal of Ben versus Vader from New Hope.
Yeah. Theirs is much slower.
Well, yeah.
They're a bunch of old guys, and one's wearing a very imaginably uncomfortable uniform.
All right, keep talking. I gotta go find a picture.
Yeah, no problem. So, wasn't overall fond of any of the fight scenes. Nothing really stuck out to me outside of the fact that they were all very flashy and modern. I would say that the Rey and Kylo scene was probably the best one, even with all the editing issues and whatnot, just because the colors clash in that little room with all the little red guards. So I thought aesthetically it
Okay.
Well, I walk away and Pink dies. What the fuck happened?
I have no idea.
Whatever, I found the picture. I found the picture I was looking for.
Yeah, I'm looking for the Sonic that I talked about.
Oh my god, this picture is tiny. Good luck reading the text, you fuckers. Alright. And let me set up the timestamp. And... There you go, there's your picture. That is one of my favorite... The Star Wars memes are mostly pretty stupid, but that's one of my favorites. But, what was I... While we wait for Pink to stop dying,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a second to put up a timestamp.
Okay, I'll put up a timestamp. Okay. Somebody start playing the Jeopardy theme for me, please.
Da 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 da.
Close enough. Nailed it. Alright, shoot up the picture, quickly, before the timestamp becomes irrelevant. Oh no, it's irrelevant. Alright, there we go. Oh my god.
There you go.
Oh my god, what the fuck? What the
That is
fuck
Ro-
am I looking
That
at?
is, that is the voice actor of Sonic, Roger Craig Smith, in a Sonic costume. That is the guy I imagine being in Silent Hill.
The thing isn't Roger
Representing
Craig Smith
Sonic.
also the voice actor for Ezio and Chris Redfield?
And Captain America and Batman. Yes.
Oh my god. Chris Redfield and Captain America will never be able to escape their sins. Okay. Oh god. Ow, ow, ow. What the hell? I'm getting stabbed by something.
It's Sonic.
He's coming for
He's
me!
coming for you.
Oh god. Oh man. What if we do Sonic Dreams Collection for Halloween?
Yes.
Oh,
Do you have
go-
it?
I don't, but I can look into getting it.
Okay.
I'll
Do
get
so.
back. I'll get back to you on that. Yeah, that's true horror. That's the video we'll release on Halloween.
Yeah.
And it's great that Pink isn't here. We need to make sure that
Yeah.
we need to make sure not to acknowledge it being a Halloween video to Pink, so that Pink possibly can't know.
Yeah. Also, like somehow you need to make it so we skip right to the freaking Death Stranding part with Bake.
Oh god. Oh, we're gonna make so many dumb references. At least a few Metal Gear Solid 5 lines. Why are we here? Just to suffer?
Uh,
The limbs
Bloody
I've
hell.
lost.
the bad thing about that only being on PC is that we can give the controller to Pink. Right, on PS4 it would be much better. Because he could experience the horror first person.
Oh no, we'll put it in Mixer. He'll experience it at the same rate we do. I don't think Sonic Dreams Collection benefits a whole lot from you being the one at the helm.
I guess, but yeah, here's a thing summarizing.
Oh god. Okay, hang on. Let me put up a timestamp for that shit. Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah, here's a thing summarizing Roger's work. But yeah, I like how I post freaking pictures of Sonic and he just gets stabbed immediately.
Pink died and I got stabbed. I lived, but still, Pink didn't.
It's Ivan. It's Ivan.
Oh no, Ivan and Sonic are working together. Oh god, I like how Pink. We're left off in the middle of Pink's conversation, so you and me are just having to come up with the dumbest shit possible to fill the gaps.
Yeah.
Quick, stall for time. Somebody mentions Sonic.
But yeah.
When we don't know what else to do, we must go to hell.
And back. Come back later to a freaking clone of us having a bloody motorcycle sword.
We'll come back. Oh my god. We'll come back to fucking Big the Cat in the. Oh god.
We'll come back to Big the Cat wearing belts with a Buster Sword.
The thing I love about Big the Cat is that his voice actor is John St. John, who is also the voice actor for Duke Nukem. And he hates Big the Cat. I love it.
I'm here to chew bubblegum and find Froggy, and I'm all out of Froggy.
Hey Pink. Hey, guess what? Oh, Pink's dead. Pink's still dead. His corpse is still with us, but he's dead. Ivan propped up Pink's corpse to taunt us.
Now we're in freaking Weekend at Bernie's or whatever territory.
Ivan's using Pink's corpse to get closer to us.
Yeah. So Sonic is the trigger. If we post Sonic pictures, you get stabbed.
We just see Pink wag up and down with sunglasses over his eyes and he goes, "Hello guys, would you like to get close to me so we can have our friendly hug? If you feel stabbing sensation, is nothing."
Just Sonic.
Oh, we caught him in the act. Ivan's running.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm back.
Oh my god.
What the frickin'?
I swear this episode of the podcast is actually cursed.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi went down for like 10 minutes there, and I have no idea why. When did it cut me off?
The cursed time is the best time for Halloween. Welcome to the Halloween season, everybody, where we all fucking die.
We need to freaking we need to get in contact with Roger Cracksmith. He's the only person fast enough to save us.
Oh god. Ah.
Bloody hell.
Pink,
Ten
while you're
more.
away, we figured out the game we're going to play on Halloween, and we won't tell you.
Oh no.
Welcome to the surprise, bitch.
You will love it, Pink. It has rainbows and sunshine and Kirby. Okay, maybe not that last one.
It might have Kirby. It might have Kirby. Kirby is the
All right.
ultimate horror. Doesn't every Kirby game end on a boss fight with like some kind of Lovecraftian horror?
I don't know, but it is war, so
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever actually finished a Kirby game.
Kirby says this means war. Blood must be spilt.
no, not war, not war. VORE.
That is also heavily related to Kirby
Yeah,
and Sonic.
yeah, definitely.
Oh god.
Sonic runs. He doesn't eat people.
Yeah,
Pink.
Yeah,
Pink?
okay.
Yeah. Don't.
For him to
Just
get
don't.
rabies.
Pink's like walking into a fucking death trap there.
yeah.
Bring
Just
it on,
Pink-
guys!
Pink-
Shower me in
Pink-
your creepy, weird hedgehog porn.
Pink, just do not look up freaking Sonic
Don't.
on Rule 34.
Don't.
I never will.
Oh,
Bloody
oh
hell.
my god.
The worst thing is, I never actually looked up freaking Sonic on Rule 34. I have seen porn of Sonic and Mario.
Oh my god.
And
Oh,
it was drawn in MS Paint.
In MS Paint.
That's the important detail there.
Did you guys ever actually see that bit in the podcast where one of the pictures I brought up was a picture of Spawn with guns, and the picture got fucked up and wouldn't save properly, so I replaced it with an MS Paint doodle of Spawn, and it's just the worst.
No, I didn't. see that.
I haven't seen that.
It's one in
Now I
one
have
of
to
the.
actually watch the episodes.
No, I don't either. But I didn't bring it up with you guys, and I just kind of figured nobody would notice it, so I put in the shittiest MS Paint doodle of Spawn.
The thing is, the thing is, when you do stupid edits, or when you do unnoticeable edits, you do stupid edits. When I do unnoticeable edits, I do professional work enough for it to not be noticeable. Like I have an edit in one of my school's videos, where I don't know how many hundreds of people have seen the video. Not one of them has freaking noticed that there's a cut. The cut is just so natural.
Alright, well. Yet again, Addy is either going to be the king of Hungary or he's going to come over to America and he's going to rule the film industry. I don't know which yet.
Why not both?
But yeah, why not both? Ryan Gosling will come to Addy and Addy will be like, I can destroy your film career with a single edit. And Gosling,
Insert Sonic.
oh no! You put Ryan Gosling in the suit, the Sonic outfit?
Yeah. Whenever I just hate an actor, I just I just film a new part of Sonic in Silent Hill. with the actor playing the part of Sonic.
Oh god.
Well, welcome to Whose Sonic Is It Anyway, where the murders are real and the points don't matter.
God damn. Oh my god. Hey, Pink, I don't think we're going to be able to talk about Star Wars anymore.
That's fine. I can nutshell it real quick if you want, because
Oh my keep going, Pink, keep going. Get us
Alright.
far away from this, as far away from this as possible.
so I'll nutshell it now because I don't want my internet to blow up again and have myself sitting here talking to myself for 10 minutes. But I thought there were some great things about it, notably Hamill and Rey. I keep calling him Hamill and not Luke. I don't know why.
Because it doesn't feel like Luke.
Right? I found a lot of the battle scenes to be boring. I felt like Poe's character didn't make much sense or progression throughout the film, because at the start, they're kind of chewing him out for sacrificing a bunch of people. And then they kind of do the same thing a bit later in the movie, and I feel like from that beginning, he doesn't evolve in any way. And at one point in the finale, it's Finn who tries to blow himself up to save the day, and I felt the natural progression would have been, Poe, who, after sacrificing a bunch of people, decides to sacrifice himself this time, but Finn took that role for reasons I didn't quite comprehend.
Finn and Poe were just doing whatever the fuck for that entire movie.
Yeah. I felt like those guys had several different scripts drafted up, and they each scene utilized a different one.
Yes. Very much
it
so.
It was just all over the place, and it never felt like it made sense. I feel like maybe in the future they're planning to pull the rug out from under us and reveal Poe to be something much more than he is at the moment. But I don't know.
I'm having flashbacks though. Now that you mentioned the Poe storyline, I'm getting flashbacks to when that news thing came about where a guy had went through the movie to edit out every single instance of women doing anything. Did you hear about that?
I did not.
Some guy said that Last Jedi was a feminist propaganda piece, so he went through and edited where every time where a woman either speaks confidently, edit out every instance where a woman does something notable in the movie. It cuts the movie down to 45 minutes. Everybody dies on the good guy's side except for Luke. I think everyone except Finn. I think Finn dies in his suicide rush because Rose doesn't stop him. It's Poe that commits suicide in the spaceship suicide rush instead of Holdo. I think the entire character of Holdo is cut out of the movie entirely. Leia doesn't get the Force, so she just dies out in space. Rey never tells Luke what's up, so she never goes back to save the others. So everybody just dies, and the movie just ends with Kylo Ren wins. Deal with it, bitch. It's what the fuck? When you're that dedicated and it just produces a shitty product, then it's what the hell happened?
It's honestly kind of humorous, though.
It's always what I mention, what you did is scummy, but the dedication is amusing.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be dedicated. It's one thing to be that dedicated to producing something bad. And I mean bad in kind of a moral sense, but it's weird when it produces something that is also quality-wise bad.
Right.
Because it also naturally introduces 1,001 fucking plot holes. Because half of that movie's cast is female, and they, when you have characters in a movie, they tend to do things because that's their purpose of existence.
Not everyone can be an extra.
Yeah.
One thing I did find amusing about the movie itself was, basically every Star Wars, the main plot is to stop the Death Star. This movie has a mini Death Star.
Did it?
Yeah. That giant laser cannon at the end that's going to blow up their door in their little ice base. It's a miniaturized Death Star.
I do not
Finn
remember.
literally tells the audience.
I do not remember that at all. It hasn't even... It's been a little bit over a year since I've seen the movie, I guess. Oh, nearly 2 years, I guess.
Probably been out for a little while because I took so long to get around to watching it.
Yeah, I thought it was the one that was released last winter, but that was Solo. And
Yeah.
nobody watched that. But yeah, I think that pretty well sums up the movie. Yeah. Did you do anything else that you want to say before your computer dies?
Yeah, 2K19 came out this week.
Ooh, is it good?
So far, I'm really enjoying it. All the minor improvements they've made to the universe are phenomenal.
It's the little things that sell it.
Yep. One major issue I do have with it, though, regarding universe, is it will constantly book heels versus heels and faces versus faces.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, AI booking in the universe has never been great.
Yeah, it gets annoying to have to go in and edit every single match, so it will make sense because the rivalry system still isn't great. So it will have, like, right now Jericho, who is a heel, is starting a feud with Elias, who's also heel. It's like, no, that can't work. One of these guys needs to be a face. I'm not having a heel versus heel rivalry in my universe. Get out of here with that.
I'm fine with having heel versus heel rivalries, but I feel like it'd get really tiresome if they're every fucking rivalry.
Yeah, they're everywhere. So,
because I mean,
hopefully,
face versus heel rivalries make more sense for wrestling, for like the actual shows, because it has to be sold to people. But in my little universe, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Right. So the strike system, which, you know, one of the last things I would have assumed they touched on is combat, but it's different this year, and I'm not sure what they did to it that makes it different, but it definitely feels different.
Thank God.
Yeah. It's like, one minor thing that I don't like about it, though, is if you punch someone, they will often turn and kneel, so they're kind of giving you their back in a grounded position, which you only have, like, maybe 2 grapple moves from that position. So I'd rather they actually stay and take the blow or multiple blows and not turn around and kneel after every smack they receive. Because then you're just going to be doing a bunch of grounded inverted suplexes the entire match.
I remember that.
I'm not sure if it's intentional or if it's something that wasn't intentional, but I'm not fond of it.
I love the prevalence in these games of moves that nobody actually uses. When's the last time you saw a fucking inverted suplex in your life?
Right. It's like, that's not something you see in real life, and it's something you should see even rarer in the games. But at the moment, that's kind of my biggest issue with it. The constant booking of the same alignment superstars and the combat system often causing it's not inconsistent. It's so consistent that characters will often turn and give you their back in a grounded state. But those are, so far, my 2 biggest flaws with it. I did find one, bug, I guess you could call it.
There'll be many more.
Oh, there will be, trust me. If you try to set a different default attire for any female superstar in your universe mode, the universe mode just doesn't recognize that they have an alternate attire, so that option is grayed out. There is a workaround that I found while we were doing this podcast, in that if you go to your My WWE menu from the main screen, if you set the default attire through that menu and save it to both your, normal exhibition play and to your universe slot, that's how you can change any female attires that you want to change. So you can set those as default. Yeah, anyone who wants to have a ponytail Lana instead of odd Renee Young hair Lana, you can do that now. You just have to work around it a little bit.
I find it amusing that they put that in despite it never existing.
Exactly. I don't know what they were thinking that day.
Nothing, probably.
No. They saw that promotional poster and they thought, "Oh yeah, that's Lana. Let's do that."
That reminds me. They should totally make Lana's facial the Hurricane Lana and call it the Hurricane Lana.
Hurricane Lana.
So, is that about all you done this past week, Pink?
I believe so.
Alright, I've done a couple things. So, I am very close to finishing Bayonetta. I was convinced to do it by Addy finishing it. And I am not having a good time with the final stretch.
How so?
Yeah.
I just finished what I am 100% sure is the last Jean boss fight. And that after
Where was it? Where was it?
on top of the tower once you actually get to Isla del Sol.
Yeah. From what I remember, I think there might be another flashback, but yeah, for the most part, that is the last Jean boss fight.
Yeah, I didn't have a fun time with that. Because they give you some practice with her in previous fights, but I felt like a lot of the new attacks she picked up did not have. She didn't telegraph them enough, you know?
Yeah. For me, I don't have a lot of problems just because, as I've said in the last podcast or so, I just dodge everything. Just every second move, dodge.
Well, the thing is, at that point, when you dodge Jean's moves, you don't get witch time anymore.
Do you not?
No.
I don't remember. As I've said, I don't have a lot of problems with the last Jean boss fight either.
She doesn't give witch time, and I don't know if you fought the Gracious and Gloriouses, the white version of the Fire and Lightning guys, the Fire and Lightning Claw guys. Did you fight the white versions of those?
No, I did not.
Yeah, that's the thing. Hideki Kamiya changes things between difficulties. There are mechanics like that. So those enemies are like the Fire and Lightning Claw guys, but you don't get witch time off them.
Oh.
And when I said I was stuck on the Fire and Lightning guys last week, I meant those guys.
Oh, that makes sense.
So here's the thing. It took me a while to figure that out. The first time I fought them, I was not getting any witch time, and I just was like, okay, you know what? Fuck this. I'm so awful at this game. I can't get witch time off these guys once. I must be god-awful at the game. I put the game down and went back to Devil May Cry. Now going back, it's like, oh my god, you just can't get witch time off them. Because I did what you said, and I bought the bat trait, the bat move, which gives you guaranteed witch time regardless. And you don't even get witch time from those guys.
Oh.
So
yeah, that seems problematic.
Yeah, you have to beat those guys in real time, which is way more difficult. Because those guys, even when you can get witch time off them, are fucking pains in the ass to fight. Because you fought them, you know that.
Yeah.
And the last Jean boss fights, you don't get witch time from fighting her. Jean is a boss fight that you need witch time to beat her. You need witch time to combo her. Which I think you also have probably noticed.
I don't remember.
There was also a quick time event with the Jean that is just plain impossible. Did you get her the JoJo quick time event?
I believe I did.
Yeah, the Aura. Yeah, that one is fucking impossible.
I don't know. I'm pretty good at button mashing.
I've got experience from RE4 and Metal Gear Solid 2, both of which are really ruthless with it. So I'd like to think I'm good at it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I kind like because I played a lot of Naruto Ultimate Ninja, back on the PS2. I have some experience with A, like impossible button mashing. B, really quickly, seeing and deciding which button to press, because in that game, to do any special move, you go into the animation and there's just this like really impossibly long freaking list of commands that you have to input for more damage.
Ugh.
Yeah. And I actually got at one point I actually consistently got like max damage on those impossible commands.
Is there anyone that likes button mashing?
No.
No.
Because, like, the more I play this, like, it genuinely, playing Bayonetta hurts my arms. Hurts my wrist. And I'm like, I don't understand why they put this in. This is going to give me arthritis at the age of 20. And I don't want to have arthritis at the age of 20.
Weird. My arm never hurt.
Dude, the fucking afterburner part before the Jean fight, where you have to button mash or else you don't get... Where the amount of button mashing you get is how many projectiles she shoots out. That fucking killed me.
I think you can lock on.
Oh god. Like that entire fight I was just like, fucking kill me. Like before
I,
that,
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that you can lock on.
you might be able to, but the game didn't fucking tell me to. It showed you.
Yeah,
It showed you a little thing.
didn't. Go ahead.
It shows you a little thing at the start of the controls. At least it does if you have Xbox controller, which I'm playing on PC, but I'm using an Xbox One controller. And it says, hey, these are the controls, so-and-so to press regular projectiles, so-and-so for your meter projectiles, so on and so forth. Did not say a lock-on thing.
Yeah, no, it didn't. You're just supposed to figure it out, which I did because I'm like, there has to be a charge shot, and there is, from what I remember.
Not an old Afterburner, there isn't. You ever played Afterburner, the original arcade game? Yeah, there's super ain't a lock-on in that. Afterburner fucking sucks.
Well, whatever. I don't remember that part. Well, I remember the part. I don't remember what the hell I did to not have to button mash.
You know what the worst thing about Afterburner is?
Yeah.
When you're how you're in the foreground, so you block the thing you're shooting at. You can't see what you're shooting at.
Oh yeah.
That is the worst. And the thing is, Hideki Kamiya loves Afterburner for some reason, so he puts it in every fucking game. There's an Afterburner part in Devil May Cry 1, and I'm pretty sure there's an Afterburner part in Bayonetta 2. He actually came out after Bayonetta 1. Somebody in an interview asked him, oh, hey, with the negative inputs over to so-and-so, the Afterburner section in Bayonetta 1, do you regret it? And Hideki Kamiya said, no, I know about the negative reaction to my Afterburner parts. I'm going to keep putting them in the game, because I loved Afterburner. Fuck you. And it's Hideki Kamiya. I'm not exaggerating. I'm pretty sure he said, I love Afterburner. Fuck you guys.
Believable.
So, before that, legitimately before the Afterburner thing, I was like, oh, I'll go through after I'm done. I'll go through and beat all the levels and try to get them on Platinum so I can unlock Jean as a playable character. And, which, Addy, you do know that you can unlock Jean as a playable character if you beat every level with a Platinum ranking, right?
No.
Okay, you can. Guess
I don't see a reason why you would, but sure.
All of her weapons and her mechanics change. She's got different mechanics on her dodge. She doesn't. You know how Bayonetta, if you keep dodging for a certain while, eventually she'll switch to a slower dodge to try and get you to stop dodging?
Yeah?
Yeah, Jean doesn't have that mechanic. She can just keep dodging infinitely.
Ooh. Seems nice.
Yeah. I think she's definitely got several other mechanic changes. Might have a few different things with the meter. And all of her weapons have different names. I don't know if they change any of the mechanics to the weapons or the moves.
Probably not. Though I wouldn't mind freaking doing infinite just samurai katana cuts into dodging into samurai katana cuts.
Yeah.
Which is more or less what I did with Bayonetta as well, but
Yeah.
whatever.
But what was it?
Did you try the charged katana slice or whatever the hell?
Yes. I did know that one. It doesn't work against the Gracious and Glorious because they move too quickly.
Well, yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work against them because there's no witch time to charge the thing.
Yep.
But other than those, does it work?
Yeah, I use it sometimes when I get witch time. The thing is, I found a way more OP move. Did you get the Durga claws?
Yeah, I didn't like him.
Right. Did you actually charge them?
I had them on shoes, so
you can still charge them on shoes. And
I don't think. Maybe I did. I don't remember.
If you charge them for like a second, it creates an explosive that if one of them touches it, it explodes and pretty much deals like an absurd amount of damage.
Ooh.
Like it melts bosses' health life meters like crazy. It's easily the craziest weapon in the game.
Okay, maybe I'll go and try it out again then.
Yeah, the important thing is that sometimes if you do it without there being one near, then chances are the explosive won't get touched, in which case it won't go off. So you gotta fit it in where you actually kick somebody and then hit the charge so that the explosive will hit the guy you just kicked, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another thing I have with Bayonetta is like a lot of her moveset is just plain useless. I mean, I'm coming from Devil May Cry, where Devil May Cry very much every part of every character's moveset is designed to have a specific use. So I know that kind of spoils me, and the character action genre is filled with a lot of characters who have movesets that are mostly useless, and you stick to one or two good moves. Bayonetta's better off than most. I'd say only half of her moveset is useless. Would you agree with that, Addy?
Yeah. Then again, most of like I don't actually have a lot of experience with character action. Most of my experience is just whatever 10 minutes I played of Devil May Cry 4, whatever 15 minutes I played of Devil May Cry Reboot, and I wouldn't really classify Sengoku Basura as character action, but yeah, that I guess.
Yeah. I've not put very much time into the Musou games, so I don't know how closely related they are. I put like 5 minutes into Dynasty Warriors once, I think.
This reminds me, we'll need to check something out.
Alright. And, what else was I going to say? The voice acting for some of the characters... Bayonetta's voice actor I love. She's going for it. Bayonetta's voice actress is immediately, like, when you hear her, you could not hear anyone else as Bayonetta, you know?
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine anyone else. Jean's voice actress, you can really tell she's not actually British. Because it's like, what the fuck is she going for? It's Grey Delisle, I think, who is mostly famous for having voiced Catwoman in every Batman thing ever. But you guys...
Even when Halle Berry played her.
Yeah. And you guys know who Yuri Lowenthal is, right?
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
He voices Spider-Man in the new game. He voiced Ben 10 in the later cartoons. He voices everybody in Fallout New Vegas. You remember the lottery winner?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
him.
the
Good,
guy we
Maddie.
totally murdered.
Yeah, I hate Yuri Lowenthal. Hate his voice. I liked him in Persona, and he's alright as Spider-Man. Hate his voice. Because he usually gets cast as grown men, but he sounds like a fucking teenage boy. Not even that, you know? And I also don't like... His acting just isn't too impressive to me, and he doesn't bother... He only does one voice, and he just does that voice. And it is in full force in Bayonetta. Because, Addy, did you notice that in the character of Luca refers to Cereza as Cerazita?
Yeah.
And that's the only time he ever adds a Spanish inflection to anything?
Yes.
That gives me a strong feeling Luca was supposed to be a character who had an accent, and Yuri Lowenthal just didn't give a fuck. So that...
I mean, just from the name.
Yeah. It really bothered me that he... I don't know. You know, it just... not to be, like, stereotypical, but it seemed like they were fully going for the Latin lover route, and that Yuri Lowenthal did not fucking bother. Because he's just Yuri Lowenthal, and he's back to be Yuri Lowenthal. Go fuck yourself. Also, is Baldur the guy that Bayonetta keeps hearing in her head? I haven't got to the point...
Do you want spoilers or do you not want spoilers?
Alright, don't tell me why Baldur is in her head, just tell me whether or not it is Baldur that's in her head.
It is Baldur.
Okay, and Baldur is just hamming it up. Is Baldur gonna be that way the entire game, where he's just like, oh, child of mine? Is he gonna be like
Yes.
that? Okay. Alright, I'm in on that.
Baldur is like that until his death, which may or may not happen.
Right, because don't they bring him back for Bayonetta 2?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna wager he's the final boss then.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, as I've said, the final boss is God.
Oh, right, yes. The famous Jubileus boss fight. Yeah, I'll finish Bayonetta, but I'm not nearly enjoying it as much as I enjoy Devil May Cry. It may be the kind of game I have to put more time into to really understand and appreciate, but so far I'm still not getting it, you know?
Yeah, I enjoyed it for my time, but then like I don't need for a game to have difficulty for me to enjoy it, so I'm fine with just going through it on easy.
Well, the thing is with a game like this is that it's very good with... Well, not... Since I've started, I'm questioning if I was supposed to start out on easy. Because most character action games, it's like start out on normal and work your way up. But this is feeling like start out on easy and work your way up. But with Devil May Cry, like, it's the kind of difficulty scaling that you actually genuinely get better. And the more the difficulty picks up, the more faster the enemies move, and the faster you move, and the cooler everything looks, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's always the difficulty... not difficulty. That's always the issue with lower difficulties is that the enemies just kind of stand there and they're combo dummies. And it feels a lot less cool when you do cool things sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have that problem since, as I've said, like as we've discussed at length, I play Musou games, and in Musou games, you don't have enemies. You have things that fly by as you hit things.
Well, I mean, Dynasty Warriors, I always get my ass kicked, so...
I mean, yeah, the general sometimes fight back, but that's not a lot of times. From what I remember in Warriors Orochi, I grinded so hard that, that at that point, Tate Masamune, who I made in that as well, because freaking why wouldn't I? But at that point, if on chaotic I went up to a boss, I hit it twice and it died. And chaotic is the hardest difficulty. So yeah.
Addy, the person here who is the best at video games, is the most insistent on not playing higher difficulties.
I mean, the only reason I was able to two-shot bosses, like the actual, like, you know, the actual, like, games boss and stuff like that, is because not because of my skill, but because, you know, instead of the game relying solely on skill to determine difficulty, it also relies on your gear. So you actually need to do the thing where with the same thing you do with Stage Action, where you need to go through all the difficulties to actually get the good gear so that you can actually beat the bosses in 2 hits.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh!
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
And then there was also the part where I think I, like, just only Masamune, I think I grinded him up to like 950 levels or something like that. So you know.
Yeah.
Not much the bosses could do at that point.
Yeah. Alright. What else did I do this week? Well, I put a little bit of time into Rainbow Six, obviously, with you guys. I want to pick up the season pass, but it dawns on me, like, oh yeah, I got a birthday coming up. There's another birthday coming up. Red Dead 2's coming up. Resident Evil 2's coming up. There's a new DLC for Total Warhammer coming up. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Vampire pirates.
A part of me would like it because vampires, another part of me won't like it because pirates.
Well, the vampire part isn't so strong. It's mostly like going for like Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean is mostly what they're going for. Because it's a lot of like sea zombies and monsters covered in barnacles and giant killer crabs. And
okay, then I'm not interested.
A giant mech built out of pirate ships.
Okay, I'm slightly more interested.
Its chest is the front end of the ship, and it has a Gatling gun made out of cannons for an arm.
I mean, shit, Pink. If this guy is a samurai, which I will need to look up, so give me like 15 minutes. Continue speaking while I search for this picture.
Okay. You can get you can get zombie ogres that are filled with gas, and they detonate on impact, because fuck it. Ghosts and zombies with cannons, and a cannon that is the fucking size of a giant. I am excited for that. I am so excited for that. I considered bringing it on as a topic, but then I realized I'd be the only one talking about it.
I mean, the better part of episode 10 of Terraria is just me talking about Japan, so...
Right.
And I actually fact-checked myself. 90% of the things I said are technically, like, 50% right.
Yeah.
But, like...
90% of what you said, 50% right.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, like, for example... Rata Masamune did go up to his daimyo, which wasn't freaking ape-faced, but it was still Kavaleyasu. I don't remember what he did it for. I'll keep that a secret until the next Terraria session, I guess. But
the thing with Terraria is that even when one of us goes off on a rant, like, the rest of us still find things to do, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
But
we're not just sitting around being bored, because you're providing the entertainment while we're able to go try to fish and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to record a session tomorrow, because I've made some changes to the game world.
Oh, no.
I did what I had to do.
So this should be a picture, hopefully. Never mind. It won't bloody... Okay, give me another minute.
Ah! But yes, the Rainbow Six Season Pass is probably going to have to wait all the way until March. Because it dawns
No,
on
not,
me.
not even in March. Not even in March, because I have my birthday in March.
Oh.
That's when you gotta deliver his coke and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heroin, Pink, you're getting your drugs confused. Don't get your drugs confused. That's a very dangerous prospect. Well, like Christmas, and I've got so many people I need to get Christmas gifts for. Oh God, like at least 6, and I'm a big spender on Christmas gifts. Oh, what the fuck is that?
But yeah, Pink. If that guy is a samurai, which he is, then a freaking wooden mech is a pirate.
You want?
Which this is
You guys
this is
want,
Tatakatsu Honda from Sengoku Basura.
I'll get you guys a picture of that ship mech. Here, give me a moment. Give me a fucking moment. Here. Oh, that's a tiny picture. I'd like a picture that isn't tiny, please.
I'm here with my Chad high def pictures, and then you're there with your tiny virgin pictures.
Oh no! Don't.
It's not even
hate
big
that
and high def,
meme.
but whatever.
I hate that meme. Oh no. Fuck it. That's close enough. That'll do. That'll do. Fuck it.
The biggest part of that joke is that my pictures aren't even big or high def, so.
Ah. Behold.
Oh, that's glorious.
And I think there's like a dude. There can be a dude up in the fucking crow's nest there. Some of them can replace the cannon Gatling guns with flamethrowers. And you can also get bats, giant bats, carrying zombies with rifles. And that's your flying
like
gun.
Mammals?
Zombie bats. Give me a moment. Hang on, now I gotta look up this as well. Alright, looking up a picture. It's fucking incredible. When I first heard about, somebody pitched the idea before of bringing in the Vampire Coast, because it is very much a thing that exists in the Warhammer lore. And when I heard it, it was just vampires but pirates, and we've already got vampires in the games, right? So I was like, that's fucking lame. Don't. That's stupid. You're fucking stupid. Don't do it. No. But now that I've actually seen it in action, and it's not just that, it's crazy giant zombie crabs with machine gun cannons and flamethrowers.
It's all the fallen Capris.
Here we go. Here we go. I like how the only way I can make Total Warhammer relevant is by bringing up the goofiest shit it's got. That is an entire unit of giant bats carrying zombies with rifles.
It's not even the guy that sold it for me. It's the bat, and the defeated look at its face. This is freaking what's his face? Bloody, I forgot his name. What's the bat assassin?
Camazotz.
Yeah, this is Camazotz on his days off.
I love that it's technically the equivalent to a unit the dwarfs have. The dwarfs have helicopters. The vampire pirates just have bats carrying dudes with guns by their arms.
And then we'll get the newest Lord of the Rings movie. They will pay into this so we can have freaking Gandalf riding the griffins or whatever, eagles.
Already exists. It's already in the game, dude.
Why?
Dude, give me a moment. This game is full of the most delightfully stupid shit. Hang on. Alright, let me show you guys this picture. Behold it with your eyes. It's a fucking wizard on a griffin.
Yes.
Now the wood elves also have archers riding giant eagles. Or is it? It's hawks. Excuse me, hawks. Oh, how could I forget?
I hope that one of these factions also has a midget race that can disappear.
You mean the halflings?
I guess so.
They're not added to the game. We don't know for sure whether or not they'll add the halflings to the game, but they're planned at people want them.
Do the halflings have invisibility cloaks though?
No, but you know what they do have?
What?
I will show you. It is a glorious artillery unit that is from the tabletop game. It is called the Halfling Hot Pot. This is their artillery. You
I
can't.
hate halflings now. I hate.
They're throwing soup at people, and the soup is hot enough to melt the people alive.
Yeah, I think this is a thing that people did in Hungary
Ah,
during the siege of Teosjer.
what kind of
It
soup?
isn't.
Potato soup?
No, probably chicken noodle soup.
Nah.
I don't think that actually, or not. I think for when it was in Egger, for 2, I don't think it was soup. I think it was like mud. But it's better to imagine that it's soup. It wasn't even mud. It was like, friggin', was the thing that you pour on people so you can put feathers
Oil.
on them? Oil?
Yeah,
Might have been oil actually. Yeah.
it used to be very popular to pour hot oil on people. In medieval times, not so much nowadays, but you know.
Yeah, prom pranks. Pour melting hot oil on people, or even better, just encase them into freaking tin.
Put them in an Iron Maiden. The
Yeah.
ultimate prank. I'm imagining somebody dying to the soup, getting covered in hot soup, and they're like, "I am in terrible pain, terrible delicious pain."
Yeah. Actually, just encase people in battle, send them off to Jabba.
Yeah.
We circle back to Star Wars.
Yep. It all leads back to Star Wars, which then somehow leads to Silent Hill Sonic.
Yeah, I was about to say, which then leads back to Sonic.
How does Sonic and Silent Hill fight the Halfling Hot Pot artillery?
It.
You can't outrun the soup, Sonic.
I'm just imagining like Pyramid Head with Sonic's like running shoes on.
And he's got the little halfling chef hat on.
Yeah.
And he's already wearing an apron, so it works. Hey!
Yeah. All right. We
Yeah.
can talk about how long is the podcast so far?
Way too fucking long. I think we are up to 3 hours.
Right?
Oh my god.
Because then I was going to bring up the new For Honor skins that they revealed.
Oh, do I get to play as Pyramid Head?
No, but with Raider you do get to play as Leatherface.
Oh!
Let me look it up, so I can actually post the picture.
I'm gonna cut
This
people's
will
faces
take
off.
a while.
Does he get a new fatality where he just cuts their face off?
I don't think he does, but I hope he does.
And he puts it on.
Yeah.
Wasn't that an actual fatality Shinnok has in Mortal Kombat X? Or not a fatality, a brutality?
I'm not sure.
I think he does, where he cuts off the dude's face and then puts it on his own. Or he doesn't cut it off, he rips it off and then wears it over his own. And
I don't remember. Oh.
it's done in the best way possible.
Like, why? What does he like? Is there just struggle sounds and then just a Scooby Doo zoink?
No, he hits them with a move that causes their face to slowly float off of their head and then onto Shinnok's. If you give me a moment, I could probably find it. Like Shinnok face-off brutality or something like that.
There we go. That's Raider.
Face-off brutality. Alright. So I'm going to link you guys this so that you can go ahead and take a look at the glory. Oh my god. I love that Raider skin. It looks... Yeah. Take it in, boys. Take it in.
Yeah. So Raider became Leatherface. Zerker is a homeless man. Valkyrie wears wood or whatever, something like that. Shaman stole Valkyrie's shield, and Conqueror, I think, is the last one. He just is. He exists.
The Vikings
All right.
also conquer.
Yeah. Or wait, is Conqueror not the Viking one? Then what's the Viking one?
Warlord.
Okay, then Warlord is just is.
Okay.
I also saw Highlander, who basically, since Raider doesn't need his get up now, Highlander put it on,
Okay, so if you don't want
more
to
or
play
less,
Highlander as a Celtic, you can play him as a
as a Viking.
Norse.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a Viking.
So that, and then which was the last one? Shaman. That I already talked about.
She picked
So
up
I guess
Valkyrie's shield because she probably ate her.
yeah. Um. Then they also revealed Aramusha and Shinobi's new clothes. The ninjas get a Kano eye,
Ah!
and then Aramusha gets a whole face mask and a top knot.
Oh no.
Why?
Over here in the stateside, top knots were a fashion fad a year or two ago. I had a friend who had a top knot.
Oh, it's still a thing here now. I mean traditional Japanese top knot. As
Uh,
in one that doesn't make you look like a complete douchebag, only a half douchebag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's, and then what else did I see revealed? Oh right, your Lawbringer can now look like Apollyon.
That makes sense, but wasn't Apollyon a chick?
Yes,
Alright.
but the lore is that Apollyon killed a Lawbringer, and then had his freaking his clothes refitted for herself.
Okay, so does your Lawbringer get turned into Apollyon? Did they have to record new voice lines for Apollyon to be playable, or?
No, it's the same character, only in a more Apollyon-like get up
Ah, okay.
and a cape.
Alright. So, what was I in the middle of talking? I was talking about something. Alright, I was talking about, yeah,
Sonic.
Rainbow Six. I'm probably not going to get the season pass until, like, next year. Because I'll be busy with shit. And I watched a couple movies. I watched The World According to Dick Cheney, which is a documentary I will not talk a whole lot about because it's very political. Because it's about Dick Cheney. But it's a very good documentary, I'd say, because it presents like most of the movie is just actual interviews with Cheney, having Cheney say what Cheney would say, you know, or Cheney, you know, hey, of course Cheney's going to take Cheney's side sometimes, but it's interesting because it just directly presents it from Cheney's point of view several times. It has interviews with several others, and it's a balance between interviews with people who are opposed to Cheney and people who are in favor of Cheney. And by and large, they only present things like the documentary itself, and through the narrator and such, never particularly takes a bias against or for Cheney and just presents the facts. So it's it's a surprisingly non-biased documentary about an individual who would be controversial to basically everybody, you know, one way or another. And I thought it was really fucking good, and it paints an interesting picture of Cheney. It really does. And I kind of wanted to watch that. I wanted to watch that firstly because I heard it was a damn good documentary. And I wanted to watch it to get ready for Christian Bale's portrayal of Cheney, that it will be coming out, I don't know, is it later this year or is it next year?
I have no idea.
But yeah, the one where Clown was about to jokingly say, oh, Christian Bale looks like Dick Cheney. And it's like, oh no, wait, he actually is playing Dick Cheney. Damn it. Now it's not funny, it's just accurate. I love the idea of Clown almost criticizing someone for doing a good job. Oh, this fool looks like Dick Cheney. What an idiot. Oh, shit. And the other movie I watched the first half of The Elephant Man, which is, I've been wanting to get into watching some of David Lynch's movies recently. And so Elephant Man was the only one I could get my hands on. Elephant Man is probably the least David Lynch movie, well, second least David Lynch movie of David Lynch's entire lineup. Elephant Man is a movie starring John Hurt as the real-life Joseph Merrick, who is called John Merrick in the movie for some reason. And Anthony Hopkins in his rare non-Hannibal Lecter role as the empathetic doctor that is trying to help him deal with his condition and help the world to perceive him as something other than a monster. Now, of course, the Elephant Man was indeed a real person, Joseph Merrick, who had a rather horrifying condition that, well, have you guys ever seen pictures of the Elephant Man?
I have.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you guys know what it was like. The makeup team did a damn good job with turning him into Joseph Merrick, turning John Hurt into Joseph Merrick. I wouldn't say they did a perfect job, but they did a damn good job. I mean, there's limited. What can you really do with some of the parts, right?
Right.
Like, especially with the chest, because like the real life Joseph Merrick's torso like contorted halfway through, and regardless of how good you are with makeup, you can't just turn a fucking person's spine. You know, you can't just have it curve. But so far, it's a pretty good movie. Very slow one, but it's a historical movie from 1980. So I mean, what do you expect? It's weird to see Anthony Hopkins not only not playing Hannibal Lecter, but playing an empathetic doctor, which is like the complete opposite of the antithesis of Hannibal Lecter. You know, because I mean, Hannibal is a doctor. He is a doctor. That's true. But he ain't operating for their good. They'll take a little piece of that, a little piece of that. But, yeah, I'm probably going to finish it sometime this week. It's difficult to say because today and tomorrow I'm probably going to be busy with schoolwork. Monday I'm probably also going to be busy with schoolwork and then busy helping Ted with tabletop things, so, you know. But pretty good so far. And I think that's about all I've done this past week. So, at a solid fucking 3 hours and 11 minutes. This is
a solid 3-minute podcast.
3-minute podcast. 20% chance of winning. Fucking.
I'll sacrifice.
Senior Joe.
I'll sacrifice you will face Sonic and me, but Sonic won't bother because he knows he can't beat me.
Oh God. Well, that's the note to end the podcast on. Addy, say bye.
Bye.
We will see you folks later.